is going on, dudes?
What
My own,
up?
my own YouTube feed and back. We're back. I'm just tweeting this shit out like the old man I am. I feel like this has just become normal now. Go check out Hammerella. We're down to just about the last week on that one.
I
It
have to
is
go
on
back,
Indiegogo.
Hammerella.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs all the help. Rad guy needs us. Back it. If you haven't already, if you have already, consider backing it again. Get something else. Get a copy for a friend. And then go check out WIREHEAD right after that and get yourself a copy of that bad boy. We'll be checking out the campaign soon.
I definitely will be back in Hammerella because I definitely want the Gods of Gears universe to be expanded. I want to see that story, so I need to help it meet that tier. You know?
Of course. It's been an incredibly slow week, which is why I've been organizing a bunch of our own shit. DC seems to be falling apart. Oh god, sweet gouache art all over the internet right now. Sorry, I need to not look at my phone. welcome everyone. Yeah, DC fired a bunch of people again.
Really? They just keep letting everyone go. Who did they let go now? I've been off of Twitter because I've been in school now.
I don't even remember. Like, I'm staying so far out of it at this point. I just know everybody's been flipping dick about it. If people are interested in hearing about it, we can do a deep dive on it at some point. But that's like the only thing I can think of right now that's really happened this week. And it was honestly earlier on in the week from what I remember. They slashed a bunch of people. There's more shitty Captain Marvel art circulating on the internet. I don't even know when it's real and when it's like a troll now, because it's just all so fucking bad.
Captain Marvel art? Like what kind of Captain Marvel? Like Carol Danvers Captain Marvel?
Yeah. It's like from supposedly a new Marvel comic, and it's atrocious. It looks like I drew it while drunk. They announced Robert Englund is going to be in the 4th season of Stranger Things, which is like the only exciting news about Stranger Things I've heard in years, and made me be like, oh god, they're going to make me actually watch the 4th season of this, which makes me need to go watch like the other seasons of it I didn't watch.
How many seasons did you not watch? All of it?
Pretty sure I tapped out halfway through the 2nd season. I think the 1st season was pretty solid for the most part. And then they kind of go off the deep end in a dumb way. And season 2 just like embraced that whole thing wholeheartly, like the cheesy, campy factor. And I love that kind of shit usually. But this was like hokey, like the Big Bang Theory, like, hey, fellow nerds feeling, where it's like this feels like it was written by like a corporate board and not like an actual group of people who genuinely love all these things. It's just like a round table of writers, like, all right, what do nerds like? Tell us what nerds like, and then writing it down. And then it was with Stranger Things, it's just like, all right, give me 80s things. Tell me 80s things, and we'll write them down, and they'll go in the show. And I love that shit, but I'm like, in moderation, everything in moderation.
I thought the 1st season was like an ode to X-Men. It was literally like an ode to the Dark Phoenix saga in a way. Well, just like Jean Grey.
You just think that with everything?
No, because right in the beginning, I forget what the fuck he says. He says, I'll race you for your X-Men whatever. It was the appearance of, it was a Dark Phoenix comic book. And then just basically how 11 sacrifices herself in the end. It's very Jean Grey-esque, especially like when you think about too, like how her psychic powers are and how they manifest and how she was like controlled in a facility in a way. I don't know. It's very like it's an open love letter to Jean Grey, and I'm pretty sure probably someone out there analyzed it, and there probably is an article on it. I guarantee you someplace in the world.
That's just its whole art of aping aspect, where like it's pulling from a ton of other shit. Like 11 is also sort of like Weapon X and MK Ultra mashed together. Like it's taking a little bit of fiction and a little bit of reality and slamming them together. That's like the entire series is like, oh, don't you remember this? And then like half remember this, and it's like the Mandela effect of writing. It's really weird because it's like pseudo history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's so much like they were trying to be like the Dark Phoenix saga or anything like that, but I'm sure to some extent there was some sort of conscious homage going on there.
Yeah.
Because the what is it, the Doofer brothers like wear their influences on their sleeves and openly talk about this kind of shit in interviews. What is going on, Randy? Welcome to the stream, dude. Good to
Hello,
see you.
Randy.
Yeah, but yeah, Robert Englund being announced in the new season. Freddy Krueger. I'm assuming, he's probably going to be like some crazy old guy working at the lab that Eleven's from or something like that, or he's some weirdo in town, but who knows? Maybe he's Winona Ryder's dad.
Oh my God, I could definitely see that actually.
Will's crazy ass. That's a super like 80s trope too. The like wacky ass old grandfather, like, oh, grandpa's back. Like he's just been on like a fishing trip for 3 seasons, and they're like, "Oh shit, Grandpa's home!" Like just don't explain anything. Uh, and he lives in the house too. He just hasn't been around, I guess. What is up, Pedro? Sorry, taking a big old gulp of whiskey.
What's
Good to
up,
see you, man.
Pedro? What's up, Razmaz?
Razmaz as well. Damn, slipped right in. I didn't even
I
see that.
know. It just
Good to see
snuck
you
in.
as well. The chat's got nothing in it, and I'm still doing it.
It's gonna play Randy Quaid.
That is perfect. That's amazing when you're older than the guy you're supposed to play, but you've aged so gracefully that you can play a man younger than you that just happens to look older than you. If that made sense.
It did make sense. It definitely did. That's why I laugh my ass off right now.
Randy Quaid is a fucking absolute specimen of a human being these days. I live for the moments when I wake up to a video of him smashing a beer like in his hand and screaming about Trump on Twitter. He is a character, that man. It's just love, like that's. I don't care what your politics are. I've said this a million times. Like I just love seeing people live,
act a damn fool. I
yeah,
don't
and
care.
live their life to the fullest in whatever extent. Like that guy seems genuinely happy, so good for him. He's fucking nuts, but he seems to be having a good time, and that's what it's all about. I hope we can all achieve half of that someday, and then have Robert Englund play ourselves in a movie. That'd be great. Robert Englund is me in the Death Curse
Robert
story.
Englund can be me.
And he's like
He just needs a wig.
120 and playing me because I've aged so poorly. So wait, how old's he? How old's he supposed to be in this? Oh, like 30.
I don't know. I need to Google this. Let me look this up. I gotta look this up about Robert Englund. I must have information
he's
on this.
playing me in my 30s, but he's 125-year-old Robert Englund, and he's completely senile, doesn't remember that he's Robert Englund. That'd be great.
Let's see.
Who would be the fan cast of me would be something atrocious, like I have that stupid idiot laugh like Seth Rogen or something, so I'd be one of those chuds. What's up, Institute?
What's up, Institute? Let's see. What is he playing?
Who would you fan cast for Jeff? Who would play Jeff in a movie?
Who would play Jeff in a movie?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta really think about this now. Damn. Fuck. I don't know, cause
Yeah, right.
like
He's such a
that's a
wholesome dude. Uh,
dude. You know who can play him? You know the guy that was Hoyt, the guy that was Hoyt on True Blood.
Institute. Vince Vaughn. He said, "It's amazing." Uh, if he wasn't so rapey, I'd say Casey Affleck.
I could
Uh,
see Casey Affleck.
he's
He
got
just
the
needs to shave
range.
his. He just gotta
Uh,
shave his beard. That's it.
Jeff looks like the third Affleck for some reason to me, and I don't even think I've said that to him. I hope he's watching right now. Cause
You know what?
cause
He
cause
does look like he's from Massachusetts. Jeff.
Casey looks like he has a bad drug problem. Uh, Ben looks sort of like he has like a bad roid and drinking problem, and then Jeff just looks like the normal one. The one that
It's like the
changed his last
Wahlbergs.
name and stayed away from Hollywood. Uh,
It's like the Wahlbergs. I
yeah,
can't.
right.
You know what though? Jeff does really look like he's from Massachusetts. I could totally see him like walking down
Oh,
the street
that's the
out
funniest
here.
thing, and I feel like I constantly like erase from my head that he's like Virginia guy living in Florida. Cause like he just looks like a stereotypical New England dude. I'm like, this is every
He
guy I've
does.
hung out with like my entire existence. We are a people. uh Just a movie where Elijah Wood plays all the roles. Yeah, there's like a CGI'd 6'5" Elijah Wood with a beard for me. And
I would fucking die.
Kayla Elijah Wood. Hey boys.
No, I think instead of
All drunk and
who made it,
Bostonian.
who made would be a good me, believe it or not, because they made a good looking woman and they were a man. It would have to be John Leguizamo. I'm sorry.
Oh
Like
my god, you're a
because
nutcase.
no, because he was the only man that I know that made a good looking woman in
What
something.
was that movie where he played the drag queen? It's got some
Chu
crazy
Wong
name.
Chu Wong Fu, thanks for everything. Love Julie Newmar. And I only remember that because Julie Newmar was like had the best Catwoman costume.
Of course, you know it verbatim. That movie just came up recently. Jason, what is up, dude? Good to see you, man. That's another one. I don't know if you've checked it out yet, Kayla. But you should check him out on Twitter and give him a follow and everything. Check out his book if you haven't. He's
What's it?
part of the Frege gang. I should be able to pull
I'll
it
go
up
at it
here.
right now.
Hang on just a second. We'll pull it up and we'll look at it with all the other guys. I'm still getting used to all this.
Oh, I think I can see he just liked something that you
Yeah.
think it came
Oh,
up in my thing. So I'm gonna follow. There you go.
the second one is in pre-launch right now.
Let's see.
So I gotta sign up for that as well, without doxing myself completely. So one moment.
Wow. This is actually I really like the artwork in this.
Yeah, he's one of the dudes. Frege has him on the channel all the time.
You should pull up this video and play it on our stream here so I don't have to watch it on my phone. I'm like being super rude.
Don't yell at me.
The line work. I really like the line work. It's very clean in a way that it's supposed to not look clean. Like it's supposed to look gritty in a way, I feel like very sci-fi.
It's got like
I like it. It's very unique.
I don't know if he likes comparisons or anything, but it's what is it like Ralph Steadman, I think is the name. Did like the Fear and Loathing art and stuff like that back in the day, and the fucking was it Flying Dog Beer Company did a bunch of art for them as well, I believe. It's like if he was doing like superhero comics during like the 90s superhero wave.
Yeah, I could see it like
fucking weird, but there's nothing like it, and that's like my wheelhouse through and through. That's like the dudes I like working with. Like I go out of my way to find guys that don't just look like the homogenized
stuff.
I fucked it up and left you hanging.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm just here. I'm like, whoa. I was gonna say Ralph Steadman did that Critical Critters, was it? Or whatever.
Okay, book one is closed now, but yeah, the pre-launch for two. Are you offering book one in the first one? Because that means I'm pretty sure I missed out on that one because I was busy paying for books I'm in the middle of making.
Can
I
we
just
please pull up the video that's
yeah
on here?
yes I need to do that now, but I was trying to find out if I can catch up on all of them.
Mm.
You as well, now that you know you're getting familiarized with everybody on Twitter and everything. It took you forever to get or took forever to get you over here.
Me and Twitter. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship when you got weirdos hitting you up constantly, but there's a good side to it. I shared audio, right?
Yep.
Oh, hang on.
I
Got
just
some sweet VO, and my audio is always for some reason low.
Oh, if Daddy has arrived. Guess they were asleep.
look at the cross-hatching.
Ever since I came to, he keeps asking me about tumulty circuits, and I keep telling him what he can do with his circuits. He thinks it's funny.
So the first one will be available in the second campaign, he just said.
Hell yeah.
I think that's funny.
I love this
Like, you laughing.
perspective, how it's shot.
Yeah, I have to be day one on this one to make up for not getting it the first time around, because Jason has been one of the dudes for a long time. He's been great and always supportive of my shit as well. There was just a weird couple of months where I could not spend any money, and it was a huge bummer because I missed out on a ton of shit. That was brutal times. While actively funding my own stuff and dealing with the blowback of COVID, which I'm sure everybody had to deal with a little bit. Jobu, what is going on, dude? Good to see you. But yeah, that's excellent. I'll be getting down day one on both the books with the girlfriend this time around. Make damn sure. I think Frege did I think it was a card, if I remember correctly, for his first one as well. Just the coolest dude. I just talked to him the other day. He's still on board to do the variant cover for the Hellseekers launch. So that is the big featured variant cover that'll be on the first issue of Hellseekers, which
that's gonna be fucking sick.
Yeah, I've been talking to a colorist this week because I'm like, with everything going on, I'm not going to have the time to color that damn book. It's a bummer because I enjoy coloring, but it's for the better. I can focus on getting all this writing tight and getting everybody where they need to be so they can just fucking make cool books and not have to wait around on me. And then it means potentially more Hellseekers books annually, depending on how funding goes and everything. We got more questions and comments about Hellseekers during the City of Rot campaign than we did for City of Rot. So I hope that's a good sign.
Well, I know what you talked about with me about Hellseekers, and if you're still interested in doing that little side story there.
Oh,
AKA,
yeah, that would be a stretch goal for the first campaign. We already talked about that. That'd be the Hellseekers annual. We have huge plans for that. We'd be reaching out to a ton of people with it. And it'd be quite a few stories. It's kind of meant to be like the first Avengers annual and just be a packed house of bringing friends in to mess around with Ransomverse characters, do some short little stories, and even introduce some characters in the Ransomverse that we've been developing for some possibly years now. that we haven't even shown yet. Like there's a big world we're building. Cheers.
Mm-hmm. I'm only going to take a half of it.
I mean, you know better than anyone. There's a huge world we're building, and we got a lot to show off. The Silver Slayer, stuff like that we've got coming. Tomb of the Black Bloods.
Tomb of the Black Bloods is. I personally can't wait for that because that's something that you've always talked to me about, like since I first really met you. You've talked, and like when
I
you
mean, we
talked about
have
doing your own stuff, like that's
we have
something
like a
I'm
quarter of that
excited
book.
for. Oh,
Hell
Ryan's
yeah,
gonna.
Ryan! You
What's
already
up?
got the link and everything, so pop in whenever, my dude.
Well, we know who will play Ryan Wynn. Matthew
I-
McConaughey would play Ryan.
Yeah, right.
I've
It
already
would have to
decided.
be.
He had the best Matthew McConaughey on Halloween.
The CGI'd Elijah Wood is growing on me now as well, so it might work. Derailed myself for a moment. Don't know what we were talking about, but yeah, guys. Before
Hellseekers.
we get too sidetracked, yeah, Hellseekers. But also before we get too sidetracked, go and sign up for the pre-launch for Jason's book if you haven't already. Get over to his Twitter. I believe it's just Unhinged Entertainment, right?
It is
just there momentarily ago. Unhinged ENT. Sorry. So the abbreviation, but yeah, get over there if you don't follow him already. Follow the dude. Click that link in his bio. Sign up for the pre-launch and get those books back day one because it's huge in crowdfunding. All that trending and everything goes a very long way. And I'm sure Jason will appreciate it. It's a numbers game at all times.
It is.
My phone is exploding tonight.
Absolute looks amazing, and I wish I knew about the first one. So I'm gonna have to wait until everything's up to see because I'm definitely gonna back that. So because I want a copy of it, I'm very interested.
That's what I mean. Like even in the best conditions, when my budget isn't all tied up in paying artists and stuff like that, it's hard to keep track of how many. Like I've even seen you're like sharing a bunch of friends' books, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like Kayla's already, making contacts with people and ingratiating herself with the community. It's awesome to see. And it was like, I'm not telling her to do any of this, guys. I've been too fucking busy to like go over a lot of it with Kayla. So Kayla just likes your books if you see her retweeting them. That is nothing to do with me.
If I retweet anything, it's because I genuinely like it. There is definitely a storyline or the artwork that I'm drawn to, and more than likely it's both the artwork and the storyline because I'm extremely picky. For me, the artwork and the storyline need to be equally superior. They need to match. I love different art styles, and obviously I love different storylines, but you need to have both. In order for something to really captivate me, it has to have both. Yes, there are things like, oh, well, that has great art, but I can't really say much about the story. Or there's something like, oh, the story's great, but the art isn't up to par with the story. I am only retweeting things that I think things are equivalent and I'm highly interested in because I'm extremely, extremely picky. I like both to match. So if I'm retweeting it, it's because I read through the Indiegogo. More than likely, I backed it through a different name, or some of them I did back with my actual name. But I'm like, oh crap, I got to stop doing that because I get nervous about like my personal information on the internet. Um,
Thank you, Jason. We can't wait to get it to you. Me and Jeff were just talking last night after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be an all-out mad dash and a damn good time because we're in the back end of the book now and like all the juicy bits killing people off. We got. I think I gotta double check it probably tonight after I get off, but I think we have all of the cameo pictures in now. So if that's the case, Jeff's pretty much good to move forward with the rest of everything. I'll be waiting around on him to letter, and I'll start collecting. Oh geez, excuse me, fucking whiskey tonight. I'll start collecting the information on the prospect backers for my little sketches and stuff like that. For 5x7 originals, which are stuff like this lady.
Yeah.
Which I did that one. What was that? Rob's stream for Teeth.
I love it.
Black and white, but
you get a bunch
on stream a bunch. Yeah, we'd be doing color ones. You can get your own custom thing. A lot of these, I was like really drunk when I did it. That was the zombie Wolverine for Frega's. Oh yeah, you can have that one if you want.
I want that for Christmas. That's my Christmas gift. Me and my dad will put it up.
Yeah, a lot of these were for Frega's Raiden night. I did that one for Frega. We were just, getting drunk over here on the channel and doing these.
When you do your serious stuff, though, I think people are going to be very impressed.
Count Barlow. You know oh yeah, when people finally see me not fucking around and not 3-4 drinks deep.
Because I know what you're capable of. I've seen it. I've shared a hotel room with you, so I've seen you work and do things.
A lot of getting drunk. This I never actually went back and finished. So he has like a half a coat, and he's like a tiny little man. But
you have to finish that one, I think.
Yeah, we did the thing night. This was that fish man that just looked like a crack dealer fish man. That was a weird night. I was really drunk for that one.
I feel like I could see like a comedian doing a character of that.
Frankenstein looking dude.
Is that like a Nick Cage version of Frankenstein?
A lot of these are like half finished. The WIREHEAD one that I did.
Yeah, I like the WIREHEAD one.
Everything in a pimp coat. Yeah, and I got this one that I got to finish for Ash and Jackal still. It's actually not too terrible.
Shit.
But the OG Death's Head that I did for Ash and Jackal, that was the first giveaway. Little watercolor guy. I kind of got a little carried away with it. But that's going out with a bundle of Alterna books for him. This is the first little channel giveaway we did. But yeah, you'll get something like this that isn't so drunk and sloppy on a nice 5x7 piece of watercolor paper like this. I told people I'll do them in color, whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I'm having fun. And I promise I won't get drunk for them. Then we got these guys, which are just the new sketch cards for the imprint. Thanks to Pete's awesome suggestions. We tested this out with watercolor last night, and then I'm going to draw over this little Camp Rainbow Killer.
Yeah.
But that's all dried.
People would be surprised too at your sculpting ability and everything. You don't show off all the things that you do. Yeah, you know it though. I was so impressed. I was like, wait, what the fuck? What? Since when? How long you been doing this for?
I have all sorts of commissions and shit that I've done that people backed out on. People never finished payments on. I'm working on I got this guy right here that you can see. Working on a WIREHEAD mask right now. I had to get the foam template so I can get all the shaping right and everything. And then my cat went to fucking town on this piece.
I was going to say, did the cat chew it?
It's like, holy shit, dude. I left the door open once and he destroyed it. But I was like, that might work for weathering. These masks, like this one that I think I've showed this on stream before, the one I got signed by Derek Mears.
Yeah.
This thing was heat
I was
formed
at the con when you brought that.
And painted by me. I didn't do anything with the back. It's just a cheap plastic one and it's coming apart. But this was a one drunk night hanging out. Trying to get as close to the part 3 one. Nice and weathered and worn. That was when we talked to Derek about the Camp Rainbow stuff, and he was fucking losing his mind about it. 5x7 is a good size. I was an idiot and did 9x12, which did not fit in the Gemini mailers. Oh, yeah. I thought about that. It was like, you could always do like a, I don't know if you already sent all of them out, but you could do like a, hey, we'll do 2 5x7s for you instead of the 9x12. I was going to offer that too. I don't know if anybody did want it, but if you wanted like 2 sketch cards instead of the 5x7 or something, I can do something like that. We'll figure it out with people. I'm flexible. Oh, hang on a second.
That was probably my.
Here is Ryan, and I've got. Let me grab. I do have one thing I sculpted nearby.
What's up, Ryan? Ryan, are you playing a ukulele?
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Death Curse.
That just made my night. That was awesome.
So I don't know if you dudes have ever seen American Horror Story, the Asylum.
Oh, that's the one that you texted me. I love that.
I didn't know what you were holding for a second.
Yeah, it looks like a penis with teeth.
Right now,
it's that kind of stream,
angle,
huh?
That angle.
From that angle, it kind of looks like a penis with teeth.
Hey, you guys ever seen a?
Lay
You
it
guys
in your
ever
lap.
seen anything
Lay
from
it in
this
your
angle?
lap.
Yeah.
Lay it in your lap.
Just did the stream get taken down? I don't even remember. What is it? Bloody face, murder face, something like this.
And that's what Death Curse.
I believe it was.
I think it was bloody face. So it's hard to see on this camera, but there's like actual thread stitching down the side of it.
Yep.
There's actual thread like looping in the back here, like actual like tied, like shoelaces. That's actual human hair. It's all punched, washed, dyed, and punched.
So it looks like a wiener, and it's got real human hair on it.
Yeah. I wish. I did this for a guy. He was like a nutcase fan of American Horror Story, and then he totaled his WRX and couldn't afford to pay me for it, and was like, "I'm really sorry, dude," and just had to like back out of it. But I was like already done with it at that point because it was just like, oh, this thing looks cool as hell. I'm just gonna do this. Yeah,
it looks great. I know we were making fun of the what it looked like, but it looks great.
Oh yeah, it's gross, but it's fun.
It's amazing. I think that takes a lot of talent to do that. While Ryan's here, since Ryan's here, we should pull up Hammerella now.
Joe Boo said, "Get that check, dude." Doc, I woke up and my dickhead has a full set of teeth. My wiener got more teeth than me, and they're all on the top.
Oh my goodness!
Don't look up wiener teeth.
Oh God, no.
I'm sure it's some sort of thing that exists.
You know what? Now I kind of want to look it up, just because. You know what? They should do a movie like that. If they did,
I'm not lucky enough. My wiener's only got one tooth.
They did teeth.
It's just one buck tooth at the end of the pee hole.
I don't even want to know this.
The worst was when you had to get braces.
Yeah. Oh man, the wiring.
Poor Beth.
The wiring and the rubber bands.
You snap one of those wrong. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Why did I just picture
whip you right in the dick tip. Oh, I forget I'm on camera. I just almost grabbed my junk. It's like, oh.
You could have just sang a Michael Jackson song and covered for it.
Woo!
You'd be good. Just hee hee. You'd be good.
Yeah, I was sharing a campaign page when we started talking about shooting dicks with rubber bands and stuff. Yeah, we're I get all dyslexic as soon as I start looking at numbers on here. Well, it might just be being drunk,
Look
but
at that.
11,267, 277 backers with 8 days to go. So I was right. We got a little bit more than a week left.
Let's make this happen.
Yeah, we got to get it backed. I was telling Kayla beforehand. We need Kayla to back it. Wisdom teeth. I'm not translating from Spanish.
I know. I haven't backed yet. That's only because I just got my debit card back. Because I'm an idiot.
That's okay. Don't worry about that. There's so many things to back. I don't
Nah, Ryan.
I know
Hold her down, and you're gonna beat the shit out of her.
You know what? I'm gonna back it tomorrow. Don't worry, because right now I'm on the damn stream. So I will back it tomorrow. I gotta choose my tier carefully here.
Evidence, my dudes. Evidence. Jesus, I am just not barely holding it together here tonight, guys. Yeah, how's it going, Ryan?
It's going pretty well.
I saw you on page 1 tonight and realized Jimmy wasn't there when I jumped in. And that was my first experience realizing that page 1 comics isn't just Jimmy's channel.
It was, and they switched the name. That was Jimmy's channel for years. It was just the Jimmy Reyes channel.
Okay.
The Jimmy Reyes Inky channel. Because I didn't know. I missed whatever episodes months ago where he switched it over. And I remember seeing like these page 1 videos coming up in my feed, and I was like, I have no idea who this is. I guess I subbed, but I didn't watch for a long time. And then one day I was like, man, I haven't seen any Jimmy Reyes videos in a while. I wonder what he's doing. And I click over and find out that's him, and he's got a big project going on and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, he's doing stuff.
Was he there tonight?
No, he popped in for a couple minutes. He's getting ready for his wedding. So they weren't going to have the episode, and then Bob was like, me and Johnny can handle it, so they took over for the night. Yeah,
I wasn't sure like who exactly ran it. I was like, I am so lost. I thought this was Jimmy's channel, and I'm like, man, only popping in like once in a while here and there because you've got your own work to do is no way to keep track of anything in this community. Like, I feel like so much shit happens in one day, like. My man Ryan
rushing the goal with tip with a tooth.
Now I'm on Indiegogo. See, now you started the fucking Indiegogo.
Killa doesn't want to get beat up.
I'm not fucking scared of nobody. Come on now. Really? Knife guy. We have never told the story of knife
guy. Both of us, Ryan.
I know. I'm like, wait, who? In what story does the California dude beat up the Boston girl? The only time that ever happens is followed by either her and her brother killing said guy.
Yeah. Only in stories written in California.
Like I ain't making no claim. That's almost like stolen valor. I'm like, no, I ain't making no claim being able to beat up someone from Massachusetts.
On internet time, 1 week is like a month. Yeah, dude, I think that's why TV just can't compete with the internet anymore. I'm like, even like a little niche community about comic books, I don't have enough time in my existence to keep up with ever. There's so much shit I'm going to miss out on.
Oh my God. I'm fucking dead. I just looked at the comments and Simeon 7, I've seen anti-rape condoms, but this is what? I'm gonna piss myself.
That's a screen worthy. That deserves some screen time.
That was a screen. We're gonna probably get banned for posting that.
Oh,
yes, that was the greatest comment ever.
That's the whole brand.
Oh my God, I'm done. Ryan, just bring a ukulele with him to the death curse. Oh my goodness. That is a talent though in itself. Really? Where did you learn how to play?
Everywhere.
My family's full of musicians, and we've just always had stuff around, so here and there.
Yeah.
I love the yeah.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, what saying like that's
Sorry, that dad joke
how
just
he learned.
jumped out of me. Where did you learn to play?
Yeah,
All
and I got
over
my
the place,
answer.
baby girl. Hell yeah,
Play
guys. Go.
Play the video. Play the video.
I gotta restart it then because I don't have the
Yes.
audio here because I'm an idiot. I do this constantly.
But I think everyone, I love promoting the book, but I feel like everyone except Kayla has backed it. Everyone here's
You know
already
what?
supported it.
Yeah, the majority of people here have backed it like multiple times, I think, at this point.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Like we're 200 of those 277 are calling.
Story of Hammerella.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll be 278, 80, whatever it is at this point.
She must be as
I'll
deadly
send
as the beast
receipts.
that hunted her. When she finally escapes, she finds herself in the midst of a galactic war. Will she live long enough to find her true home? Back the book to find out and help us extend the Gods and Gears universe.
That's gonna be stuck in my head again now. Fuck.
That's why.
Oh yeah.
I had the audio on that time, right?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
God damn.
You had it on there too.
Yeah, right? Exactly. You dudes get it. Yeah, go back Hammerella if you haven't already, guys. Time is running out. I'm about to have to fucking super chat Ethan and all those dudes again, try and get some more of the word out to all these dudes. Last time I did, Ethan looked at it and was like, oh, he's got like 20 days left. He's fine. I was like, damn you, Ethan.
Oh my god.
No, I can't complain. He's been great about
yeah, no.
us.
It was hilarious though. It's just like,
but that is funny. No,
he's got it.
No, and we're going on Red Valkyrie this week, so that should bring us to a few new people.
Oh man, Shay's great. I didn't get to meet Cyborg that's on there with her usually. They were on vacation, so I don't know the second half of Red Valkyrie. Personally, didn't get to meet them, but Shay is awesome, and she was like one of the first people to reach out to us and was so great to us and gave us a huge boost early on. So I don't know if you've been on there before, but it's a good time.
No, she reached out to me. She was one of those people that kind of like Michael Bancroft, like literally dozens of people were like, you totally need to be on this person's show. And I was like, but I don't know him, But then luckily both of them had people on their side saying, hey, you should have Ryan Wynn on your show. You should have Ryan Wynn on your show. So they both reached out to me. I was lucky in that sense. Yeah, she reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, said, give me a week or so to figure out my schedule. We'll have you on before your campaign closes. And she hooked me up. I see Jobu asking when. I believe it's Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to double check.
Watch out for Psy, they get spicy. Yeah, I've heard. I didn't get to experience it firsthand, but they're great over there.
Yeah, I've loved the videos that I've seen and stuff. So it was an easy answer for me to like, yeah, heck yeah, I want to go on there.
Yeah, Shay's cool as hell. Very, very easy to talk to as well.
That's what I found. The people that reach out to me, I think they feel like they'll have a good chat with me.
Yeah.
Otherwise they probably wouldn't.
There's some people that are just like made for this shit. And I feel like you kind of know it when you're like, oh yeah, I'm just good at fucking talking to people. Like, I know that's kind of disarming too after you do a couple of them. You get on, you talk with people, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I can actually kind of do this. And there's some people that really excel at that. So I imagine those people, after you do a couple and you sort of get rid of those jitters of like getting on and talking for hours with random strangers or whatever, you really like hit a fucking groove. I think that's why, YouTube and stuff like this thrives so much.
Yeah.
Wise
I
Guy
totally-
is an experience as well. He's hit us up, and I'm just so like we're trying to build our own channel up right now. And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody or anything, but it's like what little time I do have, we're trying to just be like on our channel doing our own thing, because all we've been hearing for years is do your own channel, guys, do your own channel. And it was like I was on YouTube like fucking like 10 years ago doing gaming and stuff. Like I was very apprehensive to come back to this. I've kind of become like a hermit and do my comic thing and just shut the fuck up for the most part. But
just when he thought he was out, the
Yeah.
fans pulled him back in.
yeah, my penis
Jeff
grew
Kurtz.
teeth and I came onto the internet.
Yeah.
Wise Guys is an
Brian.
experience, though. I am excited to eventually get on his channel. He keeps hitting me up with like a schedule, and the dude seems, from my perspective, crazy punctual and on top of his shit. And it's like the exact opposite of what we are over here right now. Like we are with the books, with the YouTube stuff, though. It's just like, hey, you guys want to stream today? Like, there's not a lot of planning going on that end.
Nope.
Yeah, but we're getting there a little bit with stuff, or you're getting there a little bit with stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like Kevin and I always show up on Tuesday night after Geronimo draws, you know, like that kind of stuff's starting to be a little bit of a habit, you know.
That's the prime time hours for us. You come on
Um,
Tuesday nights after like 10 o'clock. That's what we're
hey,
getting down.
I got an answer for Jobu. I am on the 25th, which is, I believe, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with Red
Oh
Valkyrie.
yeah, sorry, that slipped right through.
No problem. I was looking it up. That's why I needed a minute to
So
find it.
what's that, day before Thanksgiving, right?
So, Thanksgiving Eve, as we call it.
Yes.
I don't think I've
We'll
ever called
all
it that.
get fat with the memories of Ryan's Red Valkyrie stream. Whatever
And it
that
looks like
means.
Critical Blast just hit me up. I
Aren't you the fucking coolest dude in town?
guess
I mean,
so. Everyone
I'm not
wants to
gonna say it, but
Hammerella.
you've been coming on these Death Curse live shows, and all of a sudden, people are noticing you.
Hey, you know, all I can say is I'm super glad. I'm super glad I didn't make a contract with you, so I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, exactly. we keep it fast and loose here.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I'm just, you know, riding your coattails, and as soon as
Yeah.
I get the right interview.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm fat. I'm easy to hold on to.
He doesn't even have coattails. It's just his flannel's all ripped up.
Just swing from my beard.
Excuse me. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I like going on wild shows. I like going on wild shows with new people. I went on the Rabbi from Another Planet a few weeks back, and I think I'm going to try to be on it again this week. Have you guys seen his show or been on it?
I have not.
I checked it out when he reached out to us, but that dude is like more all over the place than we are. That's even funnier. Like he's further past the spectrum where like he hit us up. I think Jeff responded to him for us, and he just never responded back after that.
Yeah, well, I guarantee that's just it's because he's so fast and just all over the place. It's not it's not that he's like, oh, fuck these guys, you know. That's not his voice either. But he's wild though. His show is all over the place. He goes 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, dude, it looked so intense. I was laughing a lot at the one video that I watched. I can't even remember what it was about, but I was laughing a bunch, and it was like, how have I never heard of this dude?
No, he had Rob Geronimo on, and it's the funniest thing ever because their energy levels are so the opposite. And he does this game show where he like makes you come up with like a character and a pitch, and like Rob kicked butt. I thought Rob was going to be like, well, this guy's too wild for me, but
Right?
but yeah, he's a funny character, and he definitely I think he helped me move books and stuff. But either way, I had a blast on his show. Like that was the most important thing.
That's what it's all about too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I always feel bad. I was like, there's nights too where dude's like, oh, I want to get you on the show this night. And I'm like, I'm such a nutcase. I'm like, oh, what if I'm just like not on that night? Like, there's nights where I'm on fire. And then there's nights where I'm just like, I'm bombing. I'm like, I'm not a stand-up comedian or anything. But I'm like, there's nights where like I'm saying funny shit, we're having a good time, everything's gelling. And then there's nights where it's just like somebody hit me in the head with a brick right before I got in here.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. You guys know, I know, you guys know better than anybody. That's not even a joke. But like the running joke is me and Jeff, no matter what, like if it's just me, this is actually I think the first time I've streamed without Jeff, so it's kind of weird.
I think it is.
Gotta
For
pour
sure.
a 40 out for that for my homie.
One thing you told me.
Wherever you
Strum
are,
the
Jeff,
uke.
if you're
I'll
listening.
strum the uke for you, homie.
Yeah, while you're hanging out with your wife watching New Mutants.
What?
Yeah,
What a
Kayla,
dork.
we just streamed with Kayla the other day, and she spent the
Oh
whole
my
stream
God.
yelling at us about
That
how bad it
movie,
was.
it's
And then Jeff
so
tonight,
incredibly
I'm gonna watch
bad.
New Mutants. It's just like, God, what do you hate yourself? Like,
I had to watch it. Because
Yeah,
of how I feel about the
had
X-Men
to.
and everything.
had
And it's
to.
a Chris Claremont storyline that I like, in a way.
Before I forget though, the running joke
no.
of this stream has been that like we get like one good bit like every episode, and we're always like we're chasing that dragon of like one of these days we're gonna get the good bit really early on in the stream, and we just have to turn the stream off without saying anything, like just like oh, that's it, like we're juiced, like we usually only
Everyone's
get one
muted
good bit
inside.
per show, like it's tapped, guys, we'll come back tomorrow and just like shut it down.
Sound the alarm and cut it cold. Just...
Yeah, I think Dick Teeth was that bit tonight, and Jeff wasn't even here for it. It was like 20 minutes in.
God.
We fucking knocked it out of the park. Had ourselves a slam dunk.
The Clips channel is going to be awesome when you get the Clips channel going.
Dude, that is that's going to be the best part of us.
Clips channel.
The Clips channel is also how I will be canceled from life in general.
The fastest way for us to get canceled ever, to pull out all the choice bits of this fucking show. Oh my God. The night where we talked about that wet ass pussy song, and everybody just kept calling it WAP, which is just
let's not even go there.
Yeah, for all the Italians in the audience. I was just like, really, guys?
No. I didn't know.
Isn't that
you
the
guys
trombone
broke it down
sound?
for
Wop,
me.
wop.
Kayla's awesome accent.
I had no idea.
I think it's more racist when she says it.
Yeah, I know. It was like wet old penis.
I didn't know what the fuck it meant.
It had already lost its teeth.
Yeah, and then Kayla didn't know what she was saying wrong, so she just kept saying, "What's wrong with WAP?" Yeah, it's choice stuff.
Look, it's sitting there like 6-year-olds running around and saying it.
Oh yeah, no,
they're like
that
6-year-olds running around and saying it.
Oh yeah, and that accent is a whole, region. So there's a whole people in the world that are calling that song that, and it's excellent. I haven't laughed that hard in a really long time. That night was insanity. I was like, and then that was one of the ones that didn't get struck by anything. I was like, this is fucking wild. We've had some weird strikes, like community guideline strikes.
Community guideline strike for what?
BBC comes in and fucks us like their name genuinely stands for Big Black Cock.
Seriously. They left us gaping. Like...
Wet old penis, that's what my ex-wife called me. Wrinkly old penis. What's going on, Randy? Welcome to the stream.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's on brand. Yeah, but that's the kind of quality shit you get on the channel usually. And I thought that was funny that Like, I think last night, right after we signed off, Jeff even said it. He's like, one of these days we're gonna get that golden bit real early on, and we can just shut it down. But tonight he wasn't here, and we kept it going. We got the golden bit early. We might prove him wrong and get another one out of this tonight.
I also feel
Yeah,
like
as long
Dick
as I
Beat
can
is going to be
stay
a
awake.
reoccurring theme.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
no, that's
Kayla.
gonna be like everything,
What?
like all the characters. Me and Jeff has spent the week yelling at each other in Nick Cage and Jesse Ventura voices, to the point where we were like, we should just write a whole animated series around Nicolas Cage and Jesse Ventura being roommates. I can't do the voice at all, but Jeff spent like 20 minutes going, I'm not the body, I'm the mind now. And then he'd go, I'm not the mind anymore, I'm the legs. And he'd keep changing it, dude. I almost fucking pissed myself. Like, we had ended the stream like an hour beforehand, and he was just like riffing to me, and I was dying.
You couldn't even do your return fire with your Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in an alley. Kayla, oh.
Oh no, we're losing
I
Spencer
have
to a
no
giggle fit.
words.
Yeah, our sexual.
Sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, that's
Tyrannosaur. Tyrannosaur. S-O-R-E.
One solo sexual tyrannosaur
that leaves you sore. That's the thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That's our audience, the sexual tyrannosaur, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't expect to reach around because he's got those little arms.
Well,
Yeah, it's a whole audience of
Tyrannosaurus just
selfish
had long
lovers.
tongues. Who knows? They might have had short arms.
Dude,
They had
there's the
long
shirt
tongues.
right there.
Who knows? We don't know.
Sexual tyrannosaurs.
We gotta make
the
a
land
sexual
of selfish
Tyrannosaurus
lovers.
shirt.
Yeah.
The land of
gonna be-
selfish lovers. But maybe they had
It's
long
gonna be
tongues. I'm
My
telling you.
head on Nick Cage's body
What the fuck?
and
That's
Jeff's head
horrifying.
on Jesse Ventura's body.
Are you gonna
And we're
It's
both
called
gonna
head
be
off.
fire?
yeah, we're both gonna be holding guns, and it's gonna say sexual tyrannosauri, and then something about dicks at the bottom.
It's gonna be the dick with the tooth.
Dick with the tooth. Well, that's what we're fighting. It's a giant dick with a one buck tooth.
With the
With a comb over.
braces.
It's got a comb over his heel.
With an elastic and brace. Like
An adolescent.
get you, sexual tyrannosaur. I'm gonna get you. As sure as I'm a dick with teeth, I'm gonna get you.
That one killed in the writer's room.
someone should make a fucking 4-hour comic about that.
Oh shit, Ara, what is going on? Good to see you. I'm laughing
I
so
always
much.
feel like I gotta class it up when Ara comes in.
Chat
I'm
is
like, all right,
flying
all right.
by. Right,
All right,
Ara
enough
shows
dick
up and I'm
teeth
like,
jokes.
oh. Ara can hang though. He's great.
I know.
Dude is the best.
He's just so classy. That's what I mean. Like he walks in and
He's-
you're like, oh, I'm being so gross.
He's one of the dudes too, man. Like I can't tell you, like, I've been handling COVID and everything fine for the most part. It's not me like trying to brag. I hope everybody is obviously doing good. I've had my own family shit to deal with it and everything, but the biggest thing that hit me the hardest was not being able to go to cons and see people like Ara. Like, I basically could like set a clock to see an Ara like annually now, and not doing any of that this year was weird as hell.
It was weird for me. I work a lot of cons in all
like
different
Kayla's met
aspects.
Ara a bunch too.
In all
Lucky
different
dog.
aspects.
Whoa.
You know, because like sometimes I'm with the shop,
She's not
sometimes
paying
I'm with the
attention.
dress, sometimes
I know.
you can't hear me.
No,
I'm
we
just
can
saying,
hear
like,
you.
I'm a
You're just
con.
You're just a space cadet.
No, what I'm saying about
I
cons.
said Kayla knows Ara too, and you were like in more ways than one or some shit like that.
Oh no, I'm talking about cons
I was
right
like,
now
whoa,
because you're
Ara.
talking about cons.
Yeah.
Heyo, slam dunk.
No, but Jesus, oh my Lord, I walk into one every single
Yeah,
night.
dude. Did he buy
I
you dinner
swear.
first?
But you can know what I'm saying. I'm talking about Comic Cons in general. So,
Yeah,
in
wink,
more
wink.
ways
We
than
get it.
one. I work all different aspects of them. So for me, it's like I'm like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do without cons in a way for this year? Because I work a lot.
Yeah, for me, it's selfish. It's just not seeing my homies.
I like working them. It's not really
Oh
about the
yeah,
money. I just like
I
the
like
whole
working them too. I'm like a
experience
little
and
fucking kid at cons.
after the cons and
I feel like this would have been the year where Pete finally started just telling me to shut up at the table. Because it gets to a point in the day where like I'm just like so amped up like a 10-year-old, and I'm like a dangerously large human being behind a small table with like 4 other people. And yeah,
Like
he's
a
just
bull
like,
in a nerd shop.
yeah, like, hey man, just chill. Just talk to people. you're yelling. Just like getting excited and nerding out with people about books.
People are being threatened. That's why they're buying your
Yeah.
product.
You are screaming at that old lady. No, Pete's great, but that's another thing too, is just like not hanging out with Pete. It like pretty much like all summer long. Like I would see that dude like every couple of weeks. And now it's not happening. We do the digital thing, which is cool, but I want to hang out with my bros. I miss getting drinks with Frega and the dudes, and getting ripped high in the hallway of a nightclub in Mohegan Sun. like a hallway in the middle of one of the fanciest casinos you could go in, but it looks like you're in a hallway or like in an alley in New York City that you're about to get murdered in. Just a faux alleyway. That was really weird. You were there with us for that, right, Kayla?
Of course, I was there for all the shit at Mohegan Sun for the
Yeah.
and like all the time, and just like you were there for all my crazy shit at cons.
The Irish pub. We did like a young artist summit where like a bunch of dudes just wanted to talk to Dan, so we were like, well, we're going to dinner. If you want to come, you guys can pick Dan's brain at dinner. Like Dan was like, yeah, you can ask me whatever you want.
Should have charged them. You're like, yeah, just give me $20 and come
That
along
was
with us.
so
Yeah, right.
fucking. That was such a weird night for
Dude,
me.
that was hilarious. Yeah, you don't need to get into all that, but we had a buddy who came and shit all over Rob Liefeld and a bunch of hilarious shit. Just went like real deep on how shitty Liefeld was, and I think it was the Major X book at the time he was shitting on, and he was like, oh, and that book fucking sucks too, and Dan worked on that book. Like,
Awesome.
Dan worked on that book and is like one of Rob's like understudies, and
Hilarious.
our buddy is like completely shitting all over all of this stuff, and then Frega just turns to him and goes, I'm that dude. Just doesn't give a fuck. And our buddy, this is a friend Mike, but it's not the Mike that writes Cade with me. It's another Mike. Looked like he was gonna shit his pants, and just like everybody just like burst out laughing, and that was like the start of the dinner. And then progressively, as people asked questions, we were in an Irish pub, a live band showed up, and it just like exploded into a free-for-all where we essentially had to scream at each other from like 5 feet away to hear each other. Pete showed up to hang out with us, and no matter what we did, we could not get him to drink. We offered to pay for his drinks. We offered to pay him to physically drink them.
I got way too drunk. Everyone had to pay for my stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a great. I totally forgot about that.
Oh my god, you don't
Kayla
remember
got
that?
blasted, and we all just paid for her dinner because she couldn't like comprehend what was going on anymore.
Yeah, because like I was in fucking shock over my life at that point.
Basically had to like carry her back to the hotel, or at least hold her upright. It was a good time. That was back when
It
we
was
were
a
like,
good
that
time.
was feels like forever ago now. But
That
we'd
was
always
really
be
only
like,
a year ago.
yeah, but we'd always be like, Saturday night is the night, like, we're all gonna go out and get wrecked. Just like one day where we'll get really crazy. Because Sundays normally like starts a little bit later and ends a little bit earlier usually. And yeah, Saturdays just always end up getting sloppy. New
That was the
Hampshire.
Punisher motel.
That was yeah, that was the Punisher one. But the New Hampshire one, fucking Granite State, or
Oh my
what is it,
god.
Granite Con?
No. I don't want to talk about GraniteCon.
Dude, that shit kicks ass. That was the one I was trying to get Ryan and them to fly out for because it's got Strange Brew right next to the hotel. It's like 100-foot walk to this wild ass dive bar that has like a live band on Saturdays. And they're like caged in. Like it looks like a Roadhouse bar. And I was like, why are they caged in? Are you allowed to throw bottles at the band? Like we were asking all sorts of insane questions. The bar is just all like supermodels working there. I feel like we all got hit on the first time we went. Is like really strange. You're like, everybody here looks like models, and it feels like they're all paid to just hit on you. Like it feels like a dive bar Hooters. The band was all like 70-year-old men playing like really fast blues, which was insane. There was like a rockabilly guy singing with them. Also insane. But we get blasted there every year as like tradition now. Last year, Kayla, that fucking how many fucking Jaeger bombs did we do?
I did way too many. I did 8.
I just turned into like full blown Guido for the night. They were like doing deals on them, and
Oh wait, no, maybe no, because I had Fireball that night too. I think I had 8 drinks, so
oh yeah,
I
no,
can't
you were
remember what
like
I had.
a
I was
glazed donut.
That was another rough con for me. Last year was a rough con for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
You women.
But I overcame all that shit.
Yeah, so it's not rough at all anymore. So shut up about it. Fucking world gets back to normal though, Ryan. You need to come out for Granite Con one year.
It is a fun con.
And just experience Strange Brew and Bisley. Because he's like they're like every year they're like, we have a secret special guest. It's been Bisley like 4 years in a row. Yeah, and every year they're like, we have a secret special guest, and it's him every time.
Well, I've partied with all the Notorious Party, or not all, most, and but I've never partied with Bisley.
I tried to party with Thierry and all those dudes, and none of those guys really get down anymore. From what I gathered, I went to that Halloween thing with Frege, and I basically ended up hanging out with Frege and Tucci and a couple other people. Billy's fucking cool as hell. Doesn't ever remember me. In his defense, he's met me at cons like twice, and then that night we hung out and partied was at like a Halloween after party, and it was like black inside with laser lights. Like I could barely see shit.
I don't picture Billy being there. That's funny.
Oh, dude, it was insane. And I think he was just there in like a jersey. Dan rapped,
there you go.
Dan rapped live while we were hanging out on a pirate ship. There's like a full-size pirate ship. Yeah, we did, I think, on Dan's channel. I was the one holding his phone during all of that, drunk out of my mind. He was like, do cool shit, and showed me like a bunch of camera movements and stuff. And I was like, okay, dude, you are underestimating how drunk I am right now. we went outside towards the end of the night, and there was a girl there dressed up as Carnage, and she was making like hardcore passes at Mike, my buddy who did write Cade with me. And she's making hardcore passes at Mike behind the building, and I was just like, I'm like trying to like distance myself from Mike and be like, go, be free, little Mike, like go go with this woman. And like Mike wasn't picking up on it, and then the chick's dad came out.
See, Mike always gets the crazy tricks.
Yeah, it was the I mean, Kayla, you beat me to it. Mike seems to have this thing where he always attracts like one crazy girl at every con we go to.
Without a fail.
This one was the closest they've ever gotten to him, though, because she even deceived me. I was like, whoa, hot girl is totally into Mike. I'm just gonna back into the shadows now. Like, backed up and like went to go inside, and Mike's talking to her, and then this old dude came out, and it ended up being her dad. But it was some hot chick that worked at a place nearby that makes missile parts, and she was telling Mike about how she works and handles missile parts all day. And I was like, oh my God, Mike, this is a slam dunk. This is a slam dunk. And I stepped back into the shadows, and Dad showed up immediately. It was not a slam dunk. It was super weird. She was of age, but she was like 25 and at a Halloween party with her father and her mother, which I thought was weird, but that was a really funny night. We got really drunk with Dan. I think Sean Gordon Murphy showed up to that, and I was so drunk I was like, wait, is that really Sean Gordon Murphy?
Or the guy from Walking Dead.
Right. Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Frega introduced me to Frank Thierry. That was hilarious. Frank's a pretty cool ass dude. Frank cleared up some industry lore for me, which I'm not sure I can share or not, but
Then don't say anything.
And don't say it.
yeah.
Jeez. No, I mean, don't tease it either. You'll be like, oh, and then they told me what the gold stuff at the end of Pulp Fiction was in the case, but I probably shouldn't say anything.
I'll share it eventually, but I'm trying to pull more threads from it first, so I haven't wanted to like drop anything completely about it. I think I've even mentioned this to you, Ryan, so you probably already know, but
well, I do know about everything because I'm so cool.
It's something I've been trying to figure out for a long time. One part of it is who punched out Rich Johnson of Bleeding Cool, and it's like playing hard-boiled detective with a bunch of comic people. There's a shitload of people there that night.
Oh,
though. Like,
I know exactly who we could talk to about that, but I probably shouldn't say their name here.
Yes, keep it mysterious.
Well, you know how I feel about certain things, about certain
Caleb
magazines.
Punch them all.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, no, that's just ominous about something you've literally never spoken about on stream, so no one but me knows what you're talking about right now. You're like making an inside joke and expecting everyone else to know what's going on in this moment. Some people here don't even know you worked for a magazine at one point.
No, not about that magazine. No, I was just saying about the thing about my job when it was posted in a certain magazine and it was false information. I didn't appreciate it.
Cecil was there without a mask, so nobody noticed. I would fucking be so bummed if that were the case. But that would mean too, I also definitely partied with Cecil because I'm a fucking like hang out with everybody and mingle sort of thing. That was the whole thing, was like Palmiotti and all those dudes were there. I was so surprised when I found out Peter and him were like actually like brothers. I assumed they were like cousins or something. Because Peter was so friendly and inviting. I think I've said like 2 words to Jimmy. And that was like, that wasn't like a party. That was like a private after party thing that like I probably wouldn't have even been there if it wasn't for Dan and Tucci. But yeah, that was like so weird, like showing up there and all those dudes being there. I was like, cool. And Frago would be like, oh, come say hi to everybody and try to introduce me to people. And none of those people gave a fuck about meeting me. It was just like, cool. Like, it's like, I'm going to go smoke outside. Like, Frank
That
Thierry.
was basically. Oh, go ahead.
Frank Thierry was the one dude that was like, yeah, let's go grab a drink, guys. And, we went and got fucking like triple whiskey sours at this really shitty bar in the hotel. Because they were doing like this happy hour thing. Whiskey sours was one of the things on it. And they're fucking delicious and you can load them up with alcohol. So we drank like old-timey bitches and hung out with Frank Thierry for a little while. Yeah, but that was like that was a weird night. Don't meet your heroes, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm pretty drunk now.
I would say don't meet your heroes, but then people come up to me and they're like, "You're my hero, man," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, glad we met."
And I go, aim higher when people tell me that.
And I smack them in the face. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Me being your hero, you idiot.
Right. I say that even though I know that I'm like, my idea has always been like, it makes no sense to anyone but me, I think. But I'm always like, aim low, hit high, which isn't in reality how shooting works at all. Unless you sight your gun in like that. But I mean, like, if you have realistic expectations and like achievable expectations, if you're a realist with yourself, they're easier to achieve, and then they're also easier to exceed, go above and beyond with. And that's just sort of like how I've always carried myself and planned things. I'm like, I'll make my bare minimum really fucking cool because I know I can hit that. But like, I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone else, but that's like, I'm my own hero. I can't read chat and articulate an idea while drinking. That's what I've learned here tonight. I don't know if that
makes... to the chat in a second. So here I get to name drop
Kurt
again.
Russell, always cool.
Yeah. No, but I think you're saying like, so when I worked at Quicksilver, we got to meet Kelly Slater a few times, and he would do these speeches and stuff. And anyone that doesn't know, he's like one of the world's best surfers ever.
Dude, fucking shreds.
Yep.
Yeah. And he had this mentality that I thought was really interesting. I was in my early 20s, so I was just like soaking it all up. And he said that, you have to imagine yourself winning, and you have to take all the steps. You got to do the practice, run your drills, hit the beach every day, do all this other stuff, all the stuff that's not surfing. You got to do all this stuff to be the best and picture yourself winning. He said, but if you can't also picture yourself losing, then when you do lose, it's going to blow your mind and it's going to suck and it's going to be an impossible thing to come back from. But if you can go into something, even like a world championship surfing contest, and you don't think you're going to lose, he made that very clear. He was always like,
but you prepare yourself.
But he's like, but you know that it's a possibility because Something even like your board breaking could happen. Something out of your control could happen, and you don't want that to set you back mentally. You want it to be okay, that shit happened, but I'm so good I can overcome this next time. Or, this isn't going to stop me. And that's what I try to encourage that with young artists too, just especially with like pitches
And that's
to companies,
that's
submissions, where it's like, don't let it crush you.
Yeah, no, but that's a level of honesty with yourself where you have to be at least a realist to a degree with, I think, any sort of creative field, at least to be successful. I think with your output and your expectations of what you're going to do. Again, trying to articulate this is fucking nuts to me right now. I'm like right on the edge of something bonkers. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Wisdom, come on, wisdom, not crickets. Yeah. Wisdom, not crickets.
I just think it's always best to be prepared.
Well, yeah.
No matter what the outcome is, just be
that's
grateful.
What I was saying before.
Try your best, and as long as you try your best, you truly don't lose because you learn from the situation. That's how I take it. You have to take everything in stride.
You were having a moment, Spencer. Yeah, I'm stroking out again. One a night.
Hey, gross.
What I was saying, yeah, it's that.
Oh, you said stroking out. I thought you said stroking off.
It's a tooth penis.
I gotta polish my teeth.
Kayla. Well, Danny Mickey used to tell me, and I've said this to you before. I'll be quick. He said there's always another page. He was like, so what? So you screwed up this page. The comic itself, he's like, it's like 20 pages, and that was like he was trying to teach me that as a life philosophy too. That like every day isn't the end of the world. So no matter what happens, it's so cheesy, but you literally always have tomorrow.
That's part of it too. I think what I'm trying to say is not so much like about the out. It's about where you are mentally with your own shit, I guess. It sounds like really like hippy dippy bullshit. But I mean, like when I said getting your bare minimum to like an excellent level, that's like, oh, like I know dudes that beat themselves up because they can only do like 1 page a day. But it's like, can you get yourself to a point where you can do that 1 page a day, but you can make that page absolutely fucking sing? Because it's like, if you can get you can learn to punch your bare minimum up in your scripts, whatever it is, whatever you're doing. If you can learn to get like a little bit more out of it every day, that all adds up and goes a long way. What's up, William C? Thank you for stopping by, man. But I mean that like that's basically what I'm focusing on right now, is trying to get back to a place where like I'm not thinking about it, and I'm just in free flow mode, getting shit done, drawing stuff, and I'm liking what I'm doing. How can I get to that mode faster and like accelerate that process and tap into it longer, sort of thing? I'm more focused on that than trying to like just like beat myself to death, like increasing my overall output by a little bit, like at the sacrifice of something else. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, it makes sense to me.
And if you can mentally,
it's like you're trying to manage your time and produce the best quality as well with your work.
It's not so much about the quality though, too. It's you mentally getting to a point where you're like, almost like Ryan was saying with Danny Miki, like there's always that next page. Like it's you mentally getting to that point where you're like, yeah, this is good enough. Time to move on. And whittling that down, because I feel like I don't know, I might be the only dude in this, but I feel like I waste a ton of fucking time just second guessing shit. And
so I would just move. I would move
not
on.
Actually doing things.
I would just move on to something else.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what I would do. Go back
what
to
I'm
it.
saying is like that is like my philosophy now is like maximizing
It's the
my
advice I've
output
given to people.
in the smallest amount of time without sacrificing quality. Are you having fun in the journey? Hell yes. That's the biggest part of it. I don't think I'd be doing it if I weren't having so much fun. What is going on, Drunk 3PO? You will fit in perfectly here. Great name.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I was like, is that a cousin of yours or something?
Yeah, right. Colin Swinburne, good to see you, dude.
Look, Colin
Thanks for
is here.
stopping in, guys. I need to get another drink, actually. And
All right. Hey, you got to highlight Simonin hit
I've
it
been
on the
fighting
nose
back
here
a
a couple minutes ago.
tidal wave of piss. Did I miss it?
Yeah, he at 9:55.
I'm getting
he
off
said,
soon.
we didn't do
'Cause-
any. Oh, okay, sorry.
No, I'm just saying I'm getting off soon because I'm exhausted and I'm hungry.
I got like 20 more, 30 more in me. Simonin 7 says, we didn't do anything really weird for 5 minutes. That's impressive.
Yeah,
Because we got kind of like real for a few minutes there.
got a little deep. Drunk philosophy. That's probably. I'm gonna listen to this tomorrow and be like, "Well, I just talked in circles for 10 minutes and confused the fuck out of everybody."
Welcome to Deep Curse.
Yeah, we got deep in that kind of like you walked around the perimeter of a puddle deep.
We got deep in that, like you keep hitting the gas on the Jeep and the wheels just keep spinning deeper into the mud and deeper into the mud.
You don't quite know where you are or what you've learned, but you were there for it. I'm gonna get another drink.
Like some Italian said, you'd be swimming with the fishes. See.
I will leave you guys to it, and I will pull back up. Oh, I can't even right now. I don't know what's going on. Go back, Hammerella.
All right. Well, Kayla, you got to stick with me for a few minutes. Go grab your drink already because she's got to go.
Yeah, right. Kayla, don't leave us.
I'm good. I'm not leaving yet. I'm leaving in like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I'm exhausted and starving right now.
What is going on with school?
I just can't wait to be done with the semester. That's where I'm at with school. Because there are things in school that I feel that should not be in school that are a factor to my education. And just I don't like how the online structure is run, in all honesty. Not my cup of tea.
But this is some like, have you, because I don't know much about your schooling. This is somewhere you've been. Where are you going? Did you talk about this on the show?
No, I don't talk about it much.
Oh, okay.
Because I keep things separate. But yeah.
No, that's
just
cool.
like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know about it because I was like, I was just curious.
No,
so
but I'm going for a degree for disability services. And I work with children with special needs. So everyone knows that about me. I love
that
it.
You have special needs or that you work
No, but I work with I do have special needs. But no, I work with children with special needs. I enjoy it. So it's my passion.
I used to do ceiling lifts for special needs people. My uncle's company, it was like we basically went into people's homes and certain hospitals and we would put in the ceiling track with like the lifts that would take them out of their bed and take them over to their chair or move them all around the house, however they wanted, because we could do it however. We did some crazy setups for people. But that was people always say it sounds so cheesy, but it was super rewarding. And not only that you're doing something for people, but like you really realize how good you got it. A lot of the time you're like, man, my problems ain't nothing. All right.
Yeah. It is very rewarding, and I'm more like on the educational spectrum of things and behavioral like spectrum of that field.
Cool.
So, there's a lot of glass ceilings that are put on some people, and it's very sad to me to see. But then in ways, like things are amazing because people break those, and it's just amazing to see and know that I can help contribute to someone's independence. It's just I love what I do. But yeah, that's what I'm in school for, but this semester has been just rough. I don't like the online schooling structure. I was not prepared for everything to be completely online. At first, it was not going to be. So
Hmm.
I learned better going to a class and then going back and doing my work, if that
So
makes any
then,
sense.
yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
No, I know people like that. My wife was like that. She would much rather prefer, learning in person. Taking notes in person, things like that, getting face to face with
Yeah.
teachers, things like that.
It's better for me.
So then
It's
is editing comics, is that just something you want to do on the side? Just like
oh,
keep doing it with indie books and stuff like that? It's not something because you're putting a lot of time into your schooling. So
no, this is something else I would like to do too. I have to
cool.
satisfy all the sides of myself. Like I have different
Hmm.
passions in different areas, and I don't see anything wrong with trying to do everything that I would like to do. I will never be completely satisfied if I like completely throw myself into just one thing because I feel wholeheartedly I can throw myself into multiple different things and be successful at them. I don't know. That's just me.
No, I don't think you're wrong, and I think it's cool. I just didn't know. I was just asking in that sense of like, are you guys? Is this something you really like doing, or was it
Oh
like
no,
I'm
it is.
doing Spencer a
It's
favor? I'm doing this
no,
one-off
no,
favor
no,
for
no,
Spencer.
no. This is something that I genuinely love to do. I've collected comics my whole life. I write. Um, so I'm gonna have a little opportunity to write as well and learn the business and that side of things. I mean, I have a huge comic collection. I've been
Awesome.
collecting like literally my whole entire life. I don't have any artistic abilities, unfortunately, as far as drawing goes and that kind of stuff. But I guess you can say writing is an art, and I do have writing ability. So I would love to be able to apply that side of myself in this area. And I love being able to contribute in any ways that I can as far as editing goes. And I just love everything about like the comic, just the whole creative process, you can say,
She
and
likes
just
telling me
learning
I'm an
everything.
idiot.
We all do.
I mean, I don't say it like that.
Yeah.
But no,
Hey,
it's
we got
I just
some people got
satisfy
your
all
back,
sides of
Kayla.
myself.
Everyone's
Right?
got your back,
Oh,
Kayla. William C
well, I
says that's a tough
appreciate
job.
everyone.
You have a lot of empathy. Cheers to you, Kayla.
Thank
She
you
is a
guys. I
saint,
appreciate
guys.
it.
Jobu says honorable, Kayla.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
She's not
Because
just a
like
comic book genius. This girl's an onion. She's
An
got
aura.
layers.
that's why I need to be able to do so many different things.
She's stinky, but she's layered.
Unfortunately, school is really consuming me more than I would like to, just because of the online learning stuff and the not having face-to-face classes. It's more work. It's way more work.
She's more like a Slim Jim wrapper around a Slim
Oh,
Jim
thank you,
wrapper around
Ara.
a Slim Jim wrapper.
That would make me awesome.
The fellow Armenians.
Unhinged Entertainment says, I'm disabled and childlike. I could use your assistance.
we gotta revamp the Patreon. do you need a caregiver? Or an editor?
Comics and caregiving.
Oh my god.
We'll
That
edit
could
your
be another
comic and
that's like
feed you 3 squares.
that's another t-shirt now.
3 hots, a cot, and editing duties.
I wipe
God
their
damn.
ass. I read them Kirby. It's the whole thing.
Some fucking cool dude tweet us out or something. All of a sudden, we got people hanging out with us. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'm a drunk idiot. I want to bust
I'm
into
gonna
these
go for a
sketch
little
cards
more
tonight too.
because I am exhausted. I have to be up early tomorrow too, so
I'm just gonna tweet out the link and bring hell down on my own head tonight. Come chat with me, Twitter.
oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna make sure I watch what you do when I'm off of here. 'Cause I
Probably
wanna
throw
see
up all over my drawing desk like an animal.
If you caught it on camera, that would be great.
I have to finish the Liberators like hero design this week, which has been a lot of fun. But I need to finish that up. So it's one of the few things I get to do is sort of like dabble in all the character design with the dudes. They bring it all together, but I'm like the fucking idiot that's like, here's all the ingredients we're gonna use. And I do like a first pass on it, and then Vince and Kevin and all these dudes take my dumb idea and make it cool. I don't know. People show up when cool stuff happens. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's surprising. T-shirt that's CV style.
CV value.
Me too for the early start. I am rip roaring. Trying to keep track of this. Got a 5 a.m. wake up? What? I know it's like what, like
I thought
4
7 was enough.
4 something out there or something right now. I don't remember how time works. Colin brings the party. Yes, indeed. Ryan just disappear. Muted himself.
I'm here
to deep sea dive.
I'm I noticed some trouble below the surface, and I was like, I better go down and check that out.
In our everlasting search for the creature from the Black Lagoon, when I went outside to piss, because my girlfriend had woken up and was in the bathroom. And I
He's
said,
so stoked you just told us that.
I wrote it in the chat, but I was so drunk and it was dark out that I wrote, I have to puss outside like an animal. And then everybody said choice things like Jobu, Spencer needs to puss. Unhinged entertainment, I puss on everything. I said to Jobu, don't we all? Yeah, we all had a really good laugh, and I forgot all about that. But I was like outside pissing in the dark or pussing all over the place and cackling like full blast. It's like 1 a.m. and I live like with neighbors all around me. I'm pissing in the dark in like my side yard, cackling like an idiot. Yeah. What's going on, Metatron's Cube? Welcome to the stream, dude. Great to see you.
Yeah, I had to go about 4 feet 20 inches down underwater, but it looks clear.
Yeah.
It looks like we're good. We're good.
The creature from the Bong Lagoon. It's black.
So I got a smoking and inking story.
Oh God! Here we go.
First time at Joe Weems' house. I was actually there working as John Levisay's assistant. They were roommates. This was like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something.
They tag team chicks together.
No, they were like too bickery. It wouldn't have worked out. But anyways, Joe was a pothead and John's like not a pothead at all. And I was working for John and showed up. This is my first time there. John goes upstairs. He was like doing work and making calls and getting ready to do something. And he gave me my work to do at the desk. And Joe was like, hey, dude, you smoke? I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, all right. Whips out the bong. We smoke for a bit. And then he tells me, John starts coming down the stairs and he hides the bong really quick. And he's like, don't tell him you got stoned. Don't tell him at all. He'll be so pissed. So then the rest of the night, I sat there pretending that I wasn't high, trying to be John's assistant. And I was like super giggly, but also super scared and this and that. And then, of course, at the end of the night, turns out he doesn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck at all. Joe was just fucking with me. And it totally worked. Yeah, it totally worked. I was like, Oh man, I was so nervous. Damn it.
That is
But
excellent.
yeah, that's
That's
it
fucking
was
hilarious.
it was kind of a simple little hazing, you know.
Oh, I forgot. I need to add something to this, but I forgot it. Shit. We'll deal
Well,
with it.
guys,
What?
I'm gonna be checking off for the night.
She's all right. She's like, yeah, Spencer's doing stuff and we don't know what it is. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
just
guess
exhausted. He's working on sketches.
Have a good
Yeah.
night, Kayla. It was fun
Good
hanging
night,
out.
guys.
Yeah, night, Kayla. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us.
No problem. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Well,
Take
if we
care.
stream. All right. Have a good one,
Get some sleep.
everybody.
See ya.
Peace.
All right, Colin Swinburne says, never tag teamed, but did have competitive sex against my housemate. It was great upsetting the neighbors with the noise. On your marks, get set, go.
Competitive sex.
It's like, do you win by thrust or by getting the person to orgasm first? Or, is there a thrust count? Is that a thing?
Who makes the most
Power.
noise?
Yeah, most noise. We moved into a place. We rented a place for my uncle. He owned like these apartments, and when we moved in, we were in our late 20s, and he and my aunt told us, don't mind the neighbors. They like to play Barry White really loud. Now, do you know this term at all? Have you ever heard this term? So at the time, I had never heard it. We just assumed whatever, people like to play Barry White really loud. And then the first Friday night, it was ridiculous. This guy, it was literally like, just, you could hear skin to skin, just like that, just bap, bap, bap.
Sun up to sundown.
And just her just moaning and yelling. And we were just like, oh, that's what they meant by playing Barry White all the time. Like, oh no. And no joke, every Friday and Saturday, it was insane. It was the point where like we would have a bunch of friends over because they'd hear about it and everyone wanted to come and just like witness the event, sort of. And like my friends would get all high and drunk and then just go stand outside downstairs because you could hear it better in front of their apartment. And so like all my friends would be partying. And I'm talking not just like, it was men and women. It was like friends, girlfriends. It was just my friends that
we're
came
all meeting
over.
up at Ryan's house to listen to Barry White this weekend.
It was so funny. So that goes on a bunch of times. And then one night it was super hot. Like we had bad AC, so we had the windows all open and stuff like that. And they were just going at it, just once again. And me and my wife were just like, oh my gosh, they did it so. It was so like loud and animalistic that you almost like it made you not ever want to have sex. You're like, ugh. Is that what sex is? Like, oh, I don't know if I want to do it.
Sex is ruined for me.
Yeah. So anyways, this night they're just going at it, and other neighbors start yelling like, "Shut up! Close your windows!" because their windows were open. And
that's excellent.
So I peek my head out the window up above, and people couldn't tell if it was like a 2-story place or apartments or whatever, like because the buildings were all different and weird. So like I went and I looked out the window, and they yelled at me, "Hey, shut your window," and this or that. I was like, "No, it's not us. It's people downstairs." They're like, "Shut their window," and then you hear the guy below us go, "Will one of you go over there and shut the window already?" And he's in the meantime, you hear 2 people banging at it. So you're like, oh crap, there's other people there. And then you hear the other people start talking from downstairs, like there's a group of them. And one of them walks over and they slide their door shut, and it gets a little quieter outside. It's still the same to us in our house. And we're just like, oh damn, so they're having some kind of party. And this is the wife was like a 55-year-old teacher, and the husband was like some 60-year-old like businessman. So they were still super wild. So anyways, the next day, my mom comes to our house. She's knocks on the door. I answer the door, and my mom's super nosy, and she's holding a letter that had been in an envelope that had been taped to our door. And of course, my mom was like, "Oh, I should just read this, see what it is on my son's door." So the letter she's reading says, "Listen, we know you guys are new to the neighborhood, but the loud sex party you were having all night was really disruptive and disgusting to the rest of us. That's not something that we tolerate around here. And if that's the kind of lifestyle you lead, you got to learn how to either keep it quiet or, go somewhere else or something." And my mom's sitting there reading that, and I'm like, "No, it's not about us. It's supposed to be for the neighbors downstairs, damn it." So that was fun.
Take your orgies elsewhere.
Yeah. So then, I was like, I don't know if my mom believed me or not. I just never wanted to even have the conversation or finish it. I was just like, just give me the letter. I'll take it and just give it to them later. And please just, oh my God.
Never talk about this.
Yeah. But luckily we were only there for like 6 months. So
that was like the dude's violent butt fucking above us at last Terrificon that we did, that Kayla loves to bring up all the time because she was like trying to talk to them through the floor and shit. Tell them to stop butt fucking violently. That was a weird one, man. Close the window, you're letting the stank out is too good. Ryan, so you admitted to not having myth-making sex?
Yes. To my mother, yes. Totally fine with that.
No, I'm not having tantric sex parties. That's my neighbor.
She's like, yeah, those old people. She's like, yeah, that 55 and 60-year-old are having sex parties. I'm like, no, really?
Right. Good for them.
Yeah, it was good times. But yeah, it was super funny though. My friends partying outside, just like cracking beers, like yelling out, like, "Do this, flip her over."
A little slice of Florida in your front yard.
Cinnamon 7, that's not my donkey. Yeah, I even had my cat escape once. Got out of the house, I'm chasing around, and he goes into the bushes under their window while they're doing it. I was just like, oh, come on. Really?
Well,
now I'm going to be the creep
watch.
crawling in the bushes? So I just went to the front door, and he eventually came home. I was like, all right, I'm not going to be the creep in their bushes trying to get... I'm like, oh, it's just me trying to grab some pussy in the bushes here.
They'd invite you in.
Had that happen at hotels when I was traveling around when I was younger. Just weirdos, because we'd come back. Like when I worked for Quicksilver, we were just like young punks, and I don't know. People thought we were like in a band or something. And they start talking to you, and it was always late at night. We got back, and people would always be like, "You want to come upstairs?" And this, and you're like, "No, you guys are gross. You look like cigarettes, and you smell like ashtrays. We want nothing to do with whatever weird lifestyle thing you got going on."
Your wife looks like a human cigarette. No, I do not want to fuck her.
I'm sorry, I didn't know which one was the husband and which one was the wife, so I'm gonna just keep going.
Yeah, and they never say which one you gotta have sex with.
No, there's always weirdos, and I don't know. I was just just let me get back to my little marijuana pipe that I snuck across state lines in the hotel room and watch some TV and get high.
Quicksilver style.
Those were good times. I was too young for that job. That job, you should have been like 25 or 30. And I was like 22 when I got the job or something. And they sent me all around the country to help them design all these Quicksilver stores. And I don't even know. I think they maybe thought I was older or something, just because I knew a lot of my stuff because I grew up in a sign shop. So I was able to talk about displays with the construction workers and the graphic designers and things like that. But when I look back, I'm like, you idiots, what were you sending me, giving me the FedEx account number that I could do whatever I wanted with.
William wins the night. A cougar used to live across from us, and I could hear her banging in her backyard. She later shot her boyfriend dead in a drunk argument. Heard the shot too. Creepy.
Damn.
We had a kid in town. I think he shot a buddy accidentally. It's two white kids. They were shooting a rap video. And he topped his buddy off in the video with a loaded gun like an idiot. And the kid survived, but that was like a real big stupid thing that happened in town. I remember being in here, I was writing, I think it was like issue 2 of Voidwalker, and just heard a gunshot. I was like, oh god, the fuck was that? And then
Oh, jeez,
like,
you heard it. That's
2
crazy.
hours later on the news, 2 dumb white kids were shooting a rap video. Take it easy, Jason. Thanks for stopping by, man. We're doing these pretty much every night, so feel free to come in anytime, man. Trying to figure out. I did not block out the shot out eye on this.
Oh, I couldn't tell what you were doing until just now. Now I realized it's Camp Rainbow. Very cool. These are commissions from the Indiegogo?
Oh no, this was just testing out the watercolors on these new cards because they came in yesterday. These
Yeah,
are
I can't wait to get mine.
the sketch cards officially. But yeah, I did
Yeah,
watercolors on these last night. They curled a little bit, so I was like, I'm going to let this dry overnight. And I rested a little book on it, and it worked out just fine. I don't think it needed to dry overnight. I was just overkilling it. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I was just going to compliment you. I like that composition, kind of showing his scale and size by not only taking up the frame of the card but exceeding it.
Exactly. I'm like constantly thinking about like how to make him like scary just existing on the page. Because it's like one thing to just do like a gore fest. Like I also want him to be like an imposing character on his own without dialogue and everything. So figuring out that sort of stuff. And I think a lot of that is just going to be like framing and setup. It's like good suspense in a horror movie. Like a lot of it is going to be how we build things up and what we don't show. Lot to think about, though.
Oh, hey, we got some follow-up from William C. He said, then she got off without getting convicted and still lived across from us until we moved. That was awkward afterwards. Yeah, I bet.
Will fucked her. It's awkward because I banged her.
And actually, William did. He's working on a Wirehead piece right now. He sent me in a DM that's badass. I can't wait till he's done with it and posted it or whatever. It's super cool. It's crazy how inspirational Wirehead is.
Hell yeah. I think I saw his jetpack piece on Twitter the other day. It's fucking awesome. So many dudes in this little community that are doing killer stuff. I think I followed him. If not, I'll need to rectify that. But it's like I realized, I don't know if you've been having the same issue, but a lot of the people I've been following lately, Twitter is like unfollowing them immediately.
Twitter does that to the same people too. And it was funny because it was is it Aaron Sparrow, the writer guy?
Yeah, Aaron's great.
I followed him a bunch of times, and then I'd always go to his page, and I'm like, oh, I'm not following him, hit follow. And then one day I went to his page, and he's like, all these people that follow me and then unfollow me, I see it. And I was like, oh, I don't unfollow you. Like, so it was just weird. I was like,
Damn you,
oh, that's
Twitter.
yeah. I'm like, this guy. So this guy thinks there's a bunch of people like, I'm tired of this guy now. No, wait, I like this guy again. I'm tired of that. I was like, nah. I mean, I didn't actually say anything because I know he's not actually talking about me, but it was just funny that that day
The second
that
comment
happened.
on the thread, especially you, Ryan Wynn. Fuck you.
Yeah, that guy's really funny though.
Yeah, Aaron's great. We reached out to him about being on the show eventually.
That's right, aren't you? Yeah, when's that series of shows start?
He's gonna be on one of the first movies, and we kept having to put it off just because dumb shit going on. COVID and the like. But I want to get that started soon. Start having some more fun here. Me and Kayla talked a little bit before the stream started tonight about the 24-hour comic challenge and everything. Her boyfriend actually might end up doing it with us. He's a tattoo artist by trade, but went to school for illustration.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be 24-hour tattooing on somebody.
Yeah, right. That'd be brutal. I'd do some dumb shit like that, though. I don't care. Yeah, but Jeff is on board, but seems terrified. I figured if you wanted to do it with us, you could just do something for like Gods and Gears or Hammerella. Unless obviously you wanted to do something else.
He's got nothing to be worried about if he's not doing 24 straight hours.
That's the big thing is like, I get it. You're old. Like we won't do it that long, Jeff, but I think he'll be fine.
Colin says he only has one tattoo, but not sure what else he is going to get. I only have 2 tattoos, but they take up half an arm. So
I'm covered in dumb shit.
Yeah, that's most of my friends. It's like the same amount of space that we have taking up. They have tons of things, and mine's basically 2 images that are actually 1 image. So I guess I essentially just have 1 giant tattoo.
Trippy.
Which is weird because I don't think about myself as having almost a half sleeve on 1 arm. It's often like when other people are like, "Whoa, you have tattoos." I'm like, "Oh,
unfinished half sleeve that's hard to show over here. A bunch of samurai shit. Whole biomech half sleeve over here. It's really hard to show on this camera. Goes all the way around my arm.
Let me see if I can get mine. Oh, of course, mine. Now the camera's going the other way. No, I won't be able to angle it, or will I? I have my skull with bat wings, and it's got a pen and a brush instead of crossbones underneath it. And then I got these like Japanese clouds and lightning bolts and tendrils. I don't know. It's a mess. No, it's not a mess. It's just it looks like a mess on there. I can't get it into focus, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's something like basically like every 5 or 10 years I get a little more something added to it.
Oh my god, I can't control myself. I wouldn't be able to wait that long. Although the one downside to being tattooed now is I used to donate like blood and plasma and shit all the time because I'm the universal donor type. And you can't do that when you're getting tattooed regularly.
So you just killed babies by getting tattoos.
Yeah, I'm a selfish hipster.
Jobu says, same placement as you, Ryan. I have a Japanese-style dragon, unfinished. That's awesome, Jobu. Yeah, I kind of realized, oh, my tattoos, there's never going to be a it's done phase. You know, it's just going to be like my hair, my beard, or whatever, just constantly going through a different phase.
Yep. I mean, I have like old shit that's already covered up with new shit. Like, I worked in a shop forever though, so it's like, oh, it's a slow day. Like, Spencer, get in here. I want to tattoo some dumb shit, and like I get something on me. With a sledgehammer on the back of my arm that says "Tear them down."
Oh,
Grim
can you show the
Reaper.
Alterna one?
Zodiac Killer.
Is that able to get that? That one's awesome.
Alterna
comic.
with a little comic book flipped open on my wrist.
That's so rad.
Fucking Phantom of the Paradise, if anyone's familiar. 3D
Nice.
glasses. It's hard to see,
That's
but there is
cool.
like a blue and red on that. A bunch of dumb shit. That was a little chainsaw from a while ago. I actually was talking to my buddy Jose, who did the Wizards of War patch design, excuse me. Yeah, he did the patch design for the City of Rock campaign.
Yeah,
he
that's awesome.
did that Phantom of Paradise on me. He did a Tarantino from Reservoir Dogs that I have on my leg. A tattoo from George Romero's movie Bruiser. RoboCop that I have on me that says "Your move, creep." The Adam West Batman with the shark repellent. He's done a bunch of shit on me, but we were talking the other day about starting to finish up this arm, fill in the little bit of gaps on my right arm, and I think I'm going to start on my hands and my neck soon. So I'm going to be fucking covered.
Here, I'm going to read from the chat for a sec. Simon7 says, excuse me, one friend got very angry at me because I told him that the tattoo he just got on his shoulder arm was, yes, Japanese, but totally Yakuza. Even if it wasn't, it's super funny to make someone think that. Like, I can't show my tattoo to anyone. I'll get killed.
There's a lot of that. I would actually, that's like one of those things where if I were to travel, I'd love to get a piece from one of those dudes. They still do like the traditional tapping and shit on a lot of those. So it's like you're literally like smoking out a room with like a bunch of fucking Yakuza dudes for like fucking 18 hours and just getting your fucking shit torn apart. But like a bamboo slap.
Yeah, where we were, my wife was like, because my wife gets a bunch of random tattoos. Like she's got like almost like just like you, just like almost like patchwork. You know, she's like, I want this here, and then she's like, no, I want this here, and she likes.
I
to
have
get
a Capri Sun pouch with the Clorox bleach logo on it on my leg.
Nice. She would appreciate that because she even
was
gets
gonna
like
say,
icons of like food, like from cities that she likes. Like, oh, she went to New Orleans, so she got this like little crawfish icon, and then she got like a corn icon, and she was you know. But when we went to
I was
Japan,
like, I don't know
was...
how random and stupid, but I get real stupid. I have Unicron on my other leg that I never finished. The god of all Transformers, straight out of the 80s movie.
Nice. Like on your thigh?
Yeah.
Like big dog?
Left thigh, like that.
Damn.
That one I wanted to get redone though, so I probably wouldn't show it. That was like done in my basement on a bunch of drugs. Way back in the day.
Good times. But yeah, in
like,
Japan,
yeah, the god of Transformers, and the dude was like, "What?" Sorry.
You're like, watch this movie with me. Grab some tissues because it's going to be sad.
Because it's going to be sad.
Although it wouldn't be to someone it was new to. They're like, yeah, I don't care that Optimus died. Fuck that guy. Yeah. Stupid truck.
You know you're a grown
stupid
man.
Truck. Yeah. But anyways, in Japan, she was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go get, you know, like a certain sushi roll and then like something to represent an eel or these different foods that we liked that we were trying. And she asked our friends, our punk friends who were all tatted up, and they were like, oh no, you gotta like know people. Like it's not just like you can't like even just to get a regular tattoo because of the way it works there. It's like no, you got to like know people. Like it's not just like just walk in and get a fun tattoo and stuff. And
illegal there, isn't it?
I don't know that it's illegal. I don't remember the rules. I don't want to speak on it. I don't want to be incorrect about something as if I'm ever right about anything.
I think it's Japan where it's illegal. It's social stigma there. Is it Korea where it's illegal?
That sounds better.
They're like stigmatized because of the ties to Yakuza, but I know there was a point in time where they were like kind of illegal, or at least you would just deal with a ton of shit with the cops for a while. Because we had a guy who would like worked at shops in Japan, and he fucking hated it because they could literally just like come in and fucking smash up the place if they wanted to, and there was like no like legal action you could pursue.
Yeah, it was kind of like when the feds used to come and get our dispensaries here in California. It was just like, just stand aside. Even though state law says it's cool, the feds are just, they're bigger and they're badder, so just step aside and let it happen. Yeah, it was funny. So we played a show there, and then
South Korea it was illegal for a while, but now if you're a doctor, you can give a tattoo. So you have to have a fucking medical degree to give a tattoo, which Connecticut was trying to pass at one point too, which is fucking hilarious too. You are technically doing a surgery, but it's like not what you think of with surgery.
Well, I feel like it should be the same amount of training, because I've never met a tattoo apprentice or mentor that didn't like where it was just like, oh sure, you're great now. It was always hard training, proving yourself, all that stuff. So you have to be good. I've never seen anyone just get handed, back patted right away, just for showing up. So I feel like same amount of training, and then give them their doctor, give them a degree that says they're doctors. Like, but they'd find some way to charge them $80,000 for it.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. But I think it'd be awesome. You're like, yeah, this is my friend, Dr. Ruben. Like, it's just my buddy Ruben that does tattoos, but now he's a doctor.
Dr. Stank.
Yeah. Let's see, we got some comments here. Randy says, I know one artist in Japan that is not affiliated with the Yakuza that does traditional Japanese the way you're talking about. We bring out the most interesting people.
Yeah, the tapping.
Colin, he says, man, I'm not going to say that out loud. But he does say there's a stigma about tattoos in Japan. Not just Yakuza, but punishment in Japan would tattoo criminals. A punishment in Japan would tattoo criminals. Another punishment that was weird was even if you're a foreigner, you're an American citizen, and you get caught with marijuana, you are going to the labor camp, brother. Like,
kick ass.
Right up. My friends were like, oh, so you're going to just take like a cartridge, like a vape pen kind of thing? I was like, I'm not taking anything. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I'm not getting fucked in the ass by the Japanese government. What's going on, Blastbeat?
I'm like, oh, well, welcome, Blastbeat. Yeah, sounds like
I'm not affiliated with the Yakuza.
Good to know. Good to know. Yes, Colin Swinburne, re-education through hard labor. So yeah, and then it was kind of funny too, because I was like, well, yeah, I'm not going to take some, but my punk friends and all these punk bands, they're totally going to have some, whatever. And then you get there and they're like, fuck no, you think we're going to risk going to a labor camp? It's like, all right, whatever. So they just drink like madmen and with mad women. It was insane. You would I was about to say you would fit right in Japan, but I don't know that you would literally fit in, but figuratively you'd fit right in, brother.
Yeah, they could hang all over me. This is gonna be a rough one. I hate these fucking Prestos.
Yeah, they're a little inconsistent too from pen to pen.
Oh yeah.
So Simonin asks Blastbeat, he says, so no big traditional Japanese tattoos? Well, I don't know if he doesn't have that. He's just not
Blastbeat's just
affiliated.
got the full ass cheek bodysuit.
I feel like or Blastbeat's got some old Yakuza member where they like keep their skin in the tattoos. He's got that in auction. He's like, all right, so.
Be badass. That's like
I just bought
Bombville and Rich.
I just bought something from Blastbeat. I got myself a collections cassette, the Misfits. I'm looking forward to that.
You nerds and your Misfits and your Danzigs and
I know. It's kind of a weird drug, but you know.
I could make fun of you and Jeff all day.
William C. says, Ryan, was the movie Lost in Translation based on you and your wife's time in Japan? Yeah, a little bit. Quite a bit of it was. Most Bill Murray movies are loosely based on me. Colin says, well, the booze is cheap in Japan. Well, cheaper than Australia. I think people would be surprised how cheap Japan is. It's a misnomer that it's expensive, and that's held over from the 80s when it was really expensive. But like food all through Tokyo, like at regular restaurants and stuff, was like extremely affordable for the amount of food you had, even though the servings were small. I'd say it was easily like half the amount you would spend on the same amount of food here. So I would eat 4 burgers there, but it would still cost me less than eating 2 burgers here, you know? And I didn't just eat burgers. I love Japanese food too. Sumo fighters prohibited from getting tattoos, Simonin says. Yes, I have heard that. Colin says, my 6'1" self was standing a whole head above most of the cats in Japan. It was wild catching the weird looks. Yeah, same with me. I'm right up there with you. That's what, because Spencer's what, 6'5", right? 6'6"?
Yeah. 6'5".
Yeah, so Spencer would knock his head, like basically wear your buddy helmet, your Camp Rainbow Killer helmet your mask when you go as a helmet, and you'll be just fine. Because there were plenty of doorways that I had to duck through.
Japan will love that.
Once you start bar hopping and ramen hopping and going back alley places, and it just starts getting tighter and smaller and older.
They'll just think I'm like an EDM guy.
That's also true about the prostitutes.
What, they're all boys?
Now, as you get further back, it gets older, tighter, and it's tighter and older. I don't know, I'm just making dumb jokes. Let's see. Blastfeet says, I thought I was going to do the full sleeve thing, but I never did. I got a couple of Army Pump You Up tattoos and a giant TXHC piece on my back. No throat or hand stuff.
Oh, man. You're late to the game, but that's what I'm doing soon, probably. I think I'm going to do my black roses on my hand for cheating death. It's an old biker.
Earned that.
Yeah, it's
you
an old
earned that one
thing. And I've had buddies who were like, when are you going to do them? And I didn't know where I was going to put them, but I'm like, the back of my hands totally works because I don't know what the fuck else to do with them. And I've been hit by a car, and I've been in a roll accident where I had to fucking bust my way out of the cab. So it's like matching black roses on the back of my hand might be what's happening, but who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
I also kind of want to do something gross.
If somebody's like, why'd you tattoo your hands? And you're like, this marks the occasion I punched through the glass to get me and my friend out of the car. They'll be like, whoa. Because I was going to, I was 18.
Nicks and shit on my hands.
Oh, get those tattooed in?
No, just help cover them up finally. There's like all these weird little scars and shit all over me, like in my knuckles and stuff, where I just had glass pieces like embedded in my hand for days and didn't realize. The good old days.
Yeah. That gets a That time we
If they're a
almost
person's
died.
first tattoo, they are scum. Yeah, normally, like if you're getting your neck and your hands tattooed, you're an idiot. As the first tattoo. Speaking of sumo, the top division final day is up. Gonna go watch it now. Take care. See you later.
No, when I was
Bye.
16,
Thanks,
I wanted to
Take
get.
it easy, Simonon7.
Oh,
Thanks
sorry.
for stopping by, dude. Just hanging
Later,
out with
Simon.
us.
Great comments tonight, buddy. Like super funny as always.
Right? The chat delivers.
Yeah, when I was 16, I wanted to get a Madman exclamation bolt tattooed on my hand. And basically anyone I talked to, even like the guy at the tattoo shop who wouldn't do it, of course, but I was just talking to him about like the process and stuff. He was just like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I was like, no, man, I totally want it. It's gotta be this. He's like, nope. And he's like, even when you turn 18, don't do that. Don't make that be your first tattoo, you idiot. And I was like, all right. And then it just, you're 16. So 2 weeks later, I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad I didn't get that because I don't think I want that anymore. Like it wasn't even that I learned my lesson. It was more that as a 16-year-old, you just move on to something else,
I was gonna say they call that a good tattoo artist.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Most assholes would just tattoo that on you and take your money. That guy saved you.
No, these were, and then we ended up when we were older going back to these guys because they were super reputable in the area and really good and stuff. And that was something I respected about them when I got older. As when I was younger, I just whatever. I didn't respect them or disrespect them. It was just like, hey, you want to do this? I'll pay you extra. And they're like, no.
Drawn Aces, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Guys, if you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're nearing 400 subscribers. Finally. We're talking about doing a little giveaway at 500. I don't know if it's going to be an Alterna bundle of Voidwalker and Cade or some Death Curse merch. We haven't quite figured it out yet. We'll definitely do a sketch card. So we got shitloads of these now.
Yeah, we need to do some draw streams and some giveaways, and we need to do some draw streams where we're taking suggestions, whether it's mashups or anything like goofy stuff from stories that we're telling back and forth, or stories the chat's telling. Bring some of the stories to life.
Make the magic happen live. That's why I thought the 24-hour comic thing would be cool. Split it up in parts, and it's like if people want to follow along with us, they can, and it'll be like we'll only work on our stuff when we're live. I was telling the guys we'll probably establish parameters like maybe you can write or something when we're not live, but like the art and lettering and everything has to be done live. Like you can't put pencil to paper on it. You can figure out your ideas and stuff like that, but you can't be working on the actual pages without it being in the live sessions.
That sounds good to me.
I think that works best for everyone because it gives everybody you're not like figuring out in the middle of the stream like what the hell you're gonna do and everything. You can come in first stream with a little bit of an attack plan. There's no real lag in the entertainment. We're immediately jumping into it. I figure that first day is going to be a lot of people just, laying out pages, figuring out how they're going to do things. People will be able to follow along, hang out with us, bullshit, and we'll make some weird comics.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
But the drawing suggestions and stuff I think is great. And we'll be doing that on some of the drawn to deaths and stuff. Like I said, that first one was just like, it's too perfect. It's Death Curse. It's Friday the 13th. We got all the dudes here, so we did Jason. But I'm like, I like the idea of like we get the lineup together of everyone that night. We get in here, and then we let the chat come up with suggestions, and then maybe let everybody that's there vote on the best one from the chat. And then we dive right into it, because that just makes it more fun for everybody watching. They've got some skin in the game.
And okay, so just a little sidestep from that for a second. You know me, I never do videos to try to get attention or clicks. I'm just always doing whatever character I want to draw or ink or whatever like that. But I got really excited when we did the Jason one, because like, cool, I'll do one of my running laps episodes with that, the little time lapse. This will be big, like doing a character as popular as Jason that's more than just a comic character, you know. This will get a lot of hits, and I'll tag it and I'll title it right and did all that. It's like my least viewed video in months.
I was gonna say no, because it's not tied to anything trending.
But yes, that's kind of what I realized. I was like, oh, but I was like, oh, I did it that weekend.
That's
like
why
the
I told you, I was like,
Friday
Call
the
of
13th.
Duty, know what you need to pay attention to? Go look up when Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, and you go do a piece for Cyberpunk 2077 in like the next week or so, and post that with it in the title and everything, hashtag it, CD Projekt Red, stuff like that. Because that game drops like I think December 10th, and that'll be a good one for you. And it's a cool fucking cyberpunk game based on a tabletop RPG by Mike Pondsmith. But you got to do stuff like that where it's like, oh yeah, what are the like dominant YouTube communities is gaming. So look for big game releases that are coming out and just pull a fucking cool character from that game, do it on your show, and do it around the time of the game release.
See, I just always feel weird about that, because I don't play games. I don't care about games. I'm not drawing like I'm.
So be honest about that. You'd be like, I don't know shit about games, but this character looks cool, so I'm gonna do this. Like,
I almost feel if I do something like that, I should take gaming character suggestions from my audience too. So then
they won't be trending, and you have no control over what it's doing.
You're right.
What I'm saying is, if you want to do for VOD stuff or whatever, you kind of got to embrace that algorithm.
I'm not saying always hate doing that.
Yeah, you don't do it with everything you do, but some stuff.
Because it's the same thing like when someone dies and everyone's like, "Cool, let me get attention."
Yeah, now I'm gonna draw Kobe Bryant. And nothing else.
And nobody. I finally joined in. I drew the helicopter crashing into the hill, and nobody liked it.
Yeah,
everyone got mad at me. Not one like. No, but
I did one of them bending that girl over a chair.
Oh, the memories.
Oh my god.
I should just bail right now. I have to go in a minute anyways. I have to go in 4 minutes, but I should have just left on that. And then watch you pull the sketch card of it up. You're like, here it is. Right here.
And away we go.
Yeah.
That'd be my crowning achievement if I pulled that off.
RIP is kid, I guess. So whatever to him. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know anything about basketball. Who's Kobe?
Yeah. Let's see. Do we miss any? I'm sure we missed some good stuff here. Let's see. Blast Beat says the members of Korn are out of the room. They had their arms redone 5 times each. Yikes.
Yeah, that's just tattooing. You get older, your skin stretches out, shit gets weird.
Shit gets weird. Blastbeat also says, RE drawing. I've been staying on schedule and drawing every day. I see the improvement already. Hell yeah, dude. It's one of those things you won't see improvement for a bit, and then all of a sudden, every day you'll be like, oh, I can do this better. Oh, look, I can do that. And then it just you start moving faster and faster. Awesome to hear. William P says, did you see that 24-hour comic that Rot 10 Glory put out? I did not.
No, I need to write that down. I want to
Here, I'll write it down too, because I've been taking notes.
I want to check that out. I really liked Ryan Otley's Death Grub back in the day, and I'm pretty sure Grizzly Shark started out as a 24-hour comic. But yeah, I just like that idea, and I figured now is a better time than ever to do something like that.
William follows up. It had some cool stuff, but as soon as people tried to add humor to it, it got whack. It's easy to just go to humor, so it doesn't have to be good. Yeah, I found that even writing a comedy story when I was doing my character Death Betty, there were times where even in a comedy story, you're like, no joke here. Like, this is too much. You gotta be really careful with it.
That was weird with Cade. Was like, it's a book where I don't know if it's gonna come across as even funny to some people, and that's a weird tightrope to walk. And you don't want to fall back on that constantly.
Yeah. But then you also don't want to miss when it's that gold. You don't want to like, wait, I don't want to edit out the one that might really make everything sing,
Yep.
But that's the edit. That's the whole trick of editing and stuff like that. All right. Randy says, look up an episode of Needles and Pins about Japan and tattoos. It was made by Vice, and it explains everything that's going on over there right now in the tattoo world. Maybe we should check something like that out next time. Or if we
we're going to be
talk about
wrapping.
tattoos.
Wrapping it up soon.
I got about 30 seconds here. Oh, Elkins wants to take over for me.
Oh, he wants to comment. Then I guess we won't wrap it up soon. Holy shit. Send me a link, he says.
All right. Blastbeat says, I've also got to go to bed. Check your Twitter messages. Powerful intel, Ryan Wynn. Okay, will do.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. You're so popular now, Ryan.
I know. Well, I'd like to go on other people's streams and just dominate.
Yeah, it's brilliant. This guy is tapped. Oh, we're throwing ink everywhere now. Okay, here we go.
I'll stay and say hi to Jeff.
What is up?
Hey, dude. How was your movie?
You know what? Not that bad.
Oh, fuck you.
Boo.
Not that bad.
I haven't seen it, but boo.
No, everybody made it out to be this terrible, horrible movie. Like, it's the worst thing ever. After seeing Dark Phoenix, this is like a joy.
I didn't see Dark Phoenix, so I don't need a palate cleanser.
Oh yeah. Dark Phoenix is like one of the worst things you'll ever see.
Well, I hate to leave, but I gotta go, Jeff.
Oh, all right. I understand. I see how it is.
It's nothing personal. I miss you already.
Oh.
And I can't wait to meet up with you again and hang out with the chat again. Hail the chat. You guys rocked tonight. I highly recommend scrolling back, Jeff, and just taking random looks and taking a look at some of the stuff that was said.
Weird. You don't show up, and we have one of the greatest streams we've ever had.
Oh, I see how it is.
And I'm out of here. Good night, everybody.
Later, dude.
Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, what a crazy night. How's it going, dude?
It's good. I'm just gonna pop in for a little bit and then go to bed. But I saw you guys were still going, so
obviously I'm just fucking with you. You were missed. We talked about you a little bit. Mostly shit.
I imagine. Yeah, I'm just looking through it. I see. Or if you had sex with a hooker within 12 months of the donation. See, I don't even know what the context is.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, it got crazy.
We talked about how me and you have been talking off stream about how one of these days we're just going to get the perfect bit in really early and just shut the stream down.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can just move on. It happened tonight. 20 minutes in, had this little bit about dick having teeth. I have to say it was solid gold because I'm the one who came up with it. So it was obviously great. No. It was stupid as hell, but I was like, of course, Jeff's here and Jeff's not here, and we get the early bit tonight. We could have just packed it in and gone home.
Yeah, see, I drain all the funny out of you. You gotta let it seep out as
Yeah,
the show goes along.
I'm a flat tire. I'm an exploding tire when you're not around.
No, we've been cleaning all day in preparation for my mom to get here, and we redid my office so that she would have more space.
Hell
But
yeah.
all the dust has got my allergies going crazy, so I sound like all hoarse and shit.
Way to go,
My
Jeff.
chest hurts. But yeah, so we
My
watched
chest hurts.
New Mutants, and it's not the worst film ever. It's a lot of like overblown reactions to it. It's not a great movie, but it's just like a generic like teen horror film. Um, the special effects are really bad, which is kind of shocking because like that film was in development hell for so long. Like you would think that would be the one thing that would look okay, but like it seems like they just put the bear together, demon bear, at the last minute because I mean it looks like TV quality.
Yep.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah.
Okay,
A
so
while ago now, but
I
I definitely suffered through it.
I never watched. I mean, I never read the comic, so I don't know like how accurate it is to the way that story played out. But was magic always a bitch in the comics?
I heard that's really inaccurate. But who knows?
Because I mean, I only remember her basically from like the X-Men cartoon, you know, where she was just like Colossus's sweet little sister that he took care of. So I don't know what she's like in superhero mode.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's like she was just like this hardcore Russian bitch. She looked cool. They did a good job with making her look like the character in the comics and stuff. Moonstar was a really bad actress, I thought. I didn't really buy any of her scenes. Like she didn't really know how to emote. I did not like Wolfsbane being an actual wolf. I thought that was one of the most boring creative decisions ever in a movie.
So you didn't like anything about this movie, but it wasn't that bad.
No, I guess I liked Magic's whole look. I thought the powers were pretty cool.
This movie sucks, but it didn't suck like super dick.
No, it wasn't. That's true though. Like people said, like, "Oh, this is the worst movie I've seen ever," and it's like
it was pretty fucking bad, dude. Like,
but compared to like all the other X-Men movies, like I put this above like half the X-Men movies that have come out. Like Dark Phoenix, one of the worst things ever. X-Men Origins Wolverine, easily better than that. Better than X-Men Apocalypse.
That's not a good way to like weigh movies, though. It's like against each other. Like it's either like a good movie or a bad movie for me. Usually, is like, can I derive some sort of entertainment from it? And that for me is what was the deal breaker. Was that movie is like incompetent and just not fun. Like there is nothing entertaining about that movie. I can't think back to a single moment where I was like, "Whoa, cool."
I thought the sword fight that what's her face Magic had was pretty cool. I like that.
Don't even remember it.
I liked the mine scene with Cannonball. That was kind of cool, a little creepy. But like it's basically just like a like at one point in the movie they're all watching Buffy on TV. And it feels like that to me. It feels like somebody like Josh Boone must be like a really big Buffy fan because it just feels like an episode of that show. So it's not anything to write home about. But I just don't like. I just can't say like, oh, this is the worst thing or this is terrible because I'm like, but a lot of the X-Men movies suck. Most of them suck. And then this just felt like, I know what you did last summer quality. You know,
a made-for-TV slasher flick.
Yeah, pretty
basically.
Much. Like it's afraid to go full bore and just embrace the horror. You know, like it doesn't really know if it wants to be a superhero film or a teen romance drama. Like, are Moonstar and Wolfsbane lesbians in the comic?
Sure.
because I've never like read any of the New Mutant stuff, so I don't really know.
Nope, no idea.
So I was like, I don't know if this is like correct or if they're just like writing their whole, original take on this or what. But yeah, like it was just, it is what it is. It's not the worst thing ever, but I wouldn't ever watch it again. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Like it's not even worth like a hate watch or just to make fun of it kind of watch, because it's not insane enough to like have a good time with like The Room or something.
That's what I mean, though, is there's like no like redeeming factor to it's a shitty movie. Like,
I just think it's a generic movie, an interesting movie.
yeah, that's like a
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Red Letter would destroy that movie.
But like, I couldn't,
It's a
because it's so
waste of
generic.
time.
I can't get like emotionally upset about it in a way. It's like, I spent $1.88 on it. Like Dark
Yeah.
Phoenix pissed me off because that movie sucked so bad.
I still
had
haven't seen that
zero-
movie.
oh.
I don't know how any of you were like, yeah, this'll not suck 10 dicks.
No, I knew it was gonna suck, but it was like nothing else out. So let's watch that on Redbox. But that's a movie where literally half the X-Men and the villains are all wearing like clothes from Kohl's. Like they're not even in costumes.
Oh my god. Oh.
But it's weird that like they waited so long. Like what were they doing the whole time? Because like it was in development for like 2 or 3 years, whatever it was.
They were fucking it up.
So I'm wondering, like, did they change a whole bunch of stuff from the script? Did they have a whole bunch of reshoots? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, when Kayla was on the other night, we were talking about how they didn't even credit one of the creators properly. They spelled his name wrong.
Yeah.
It was like all over Twitter. It was like, God damn, like you guys don't do fucking anything right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My favorite part though, is there's the evil doctor in it. I don't know the actress's name, but when you see her, like you'll recognize her from a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
like,
I know who you're talking about.
She has this funny run that I don't know if it was like a character thing that she came up with or if it's her natural run, but she runs like a cartoon character where she keeps her arms down at her side and she doesn't have full strides with her legs. She just kind of like shuffles them. Yeah. So every time she's like in a hurry, scared, she just kind of shuffles around.
Quick little buddy.
Oh.
While we were drinking tonight.
What a cutie. And then I watched the Dan Slott thing on Disney Plus.
Dan Slott thing on Disney Plus? Are you kidding me?
No, that's like everybody's been talking about it on Twitter. That's why I watched it.
What the fuck is it?
So Disney Plus has been doing these
him eating cheeseburgers. Like
honestly, if they had done that, he would have come across a lot better.
Yeah, way more human.
Like
oh my god, this guy eats cheeseburgers just like me.
So basically, Disney Plus has been doing these like half-hour long.
Was one of us.
They're doing these like little half-hour episodes of Marvel and I think Pixar too, where like they do an episode on different aspects of the production or of the fandom or whatever. And so this episode was all about like the Marvel method.
You think CG will get an episode?
Well, he kind of mentioned
an episode
the
about
Twitter
fandom.
He mentioned the Twitter hate and how like people can instantly, let him have it when he comes out with a shitty story, basically. But it's kind of portrayed more as like, oh, the fans are assholes.
When I drop a new hot steamy pile on my fan base, they let me know right out of the gate. Hey, with fun things like "fuck you, Dan Slott. I hope you die." It's like, this is on Disney Plus. What is going on?
But basically, the whole episode is about how he's a lazy do-nothing who takes his time and is always late. Like that's literally what they're like saying. Like that, like Tom Brevoort's like, Dan, he takes his time and he's always behind, and we got to get him help. So like halfway through the episode, they're like, Dan was really late on this one, so we had to get Christos Gage in here to help him finish the issue. And he's just like, oh yeah, I'm a silly.
We call him Dan Can't Hit a Deadline Slot. And we keep him around because he makes us all look good by comparison. He hasn't picked up on that fact yet, so we're running with it. Yeah, that's fucking bonkers. That really is. That's like that sounds like he's the village idiot. And that's a huge
really
bummer.
It starts out with him just kind of like walking his way through New York, and he looks like he's almost in Forrest Gump mode. He's just like, there's tall buildings around.
They gave me a box of crayons.
I work at Marvel. Is my favorite.
Imagine if Forrest Gump never met Jenny and had an AIDS baby. We give you Disney Plus inside Dan's slot.
He too would be a Marvel writer.
I'ma write me some Captain America. Fuck, dude. You're here 5 minutes and I'm fucking skating. Flying high again.
And at one point too, Marvel was talking about like, oh yeah, nobody really does the Marvel method anymore, and all these. They started mentioning like how back in the day, Stan Lee used what became known as the Marvel method, which is basically just a short plot description, and then he would hand off to
having a bunch of chicks with rockin' titties sitting in front of typewriters. Yep. Stanley yelling ideas at them.
Get to work, bitches! Excelsior!
Right.
But the artist would basically come up with all the in between. They would kind of fill in the story, and because of that, you had a lot of magic where Jack Kirby just drew a character in there that turned out to be the Silver Surfer. Like it was just a character that he was going to include because his love of mythology. The god would always have a herald, and so then Stanley asked, like, "What is that?" And he, ran with it, and then they were like, nobody really uses that method anymore, and we have more like editor involvement, and stories are plotted out in greater detail, and it's like, so you're talking about how you don't use the method that made you successful, that turned you into an iconic company.
Yeah, right.
And they're like, yeah, and poor dumb Dan, he stuck to it like a nerd.
Fucking idiot.
It's literally how it is. It's just like, look at this dope. Yeah, we keep him around just to make him make fun of him, and so we can laugh all day.
I will have to check that out. That's insane. Fucking Netflix Chappelle Show still does not work on the Apple TV. It's now been almost 2 fucking weeks, and I'm like, I don't watch anything on this fucking service. Like, it's finally on there. I just want to rewatch Chappelle Show, and they are fucking.
Does it feel good?
I don't want to watch it on like a little computer screen or my tablet. I want to watch it on my fucking TV. But I guess I'm going to have to jump over to Disney Plus and just watch old Simpsons episodes and Dan Slott make a fool of himself.
It's like, what, $5? Like, it's worth it just for that episode.
We already have it. I barely watch anything on it anyways. Like, we basically got it for Mandalorian and some other shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like The Simpsons was like a bonus thing, and that ended up having the huge aspect ratio fiasco.
Yeah.
So it was stupid for a while.
I just rewatched Atlantis the other day. That movie's so awesome. Did you ever see it?
Yeah, sorry, I'm signing this card.
Atlantis? Is it card about Atlantis?
Is it the sketch card I just did, you drunk ass?
No, is it Michael J. Fox? Did you draw Michael J. Fox?
What?
Did you draw Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, I drew Michael J. Fox.
Just shaky lines.
Yeah, that's what I do. Oh, God.
No, but that movie's awesome. It's really good. It's like a great just movie, not even just like a Disney, animated film. I can't even talk. Animated film.
Yeah.
Like, people are getting killed left and right in the opening of the movie. Like,
that's what makes a good movie.
There's whole scenes where like it's just people like screaming as a monster destroys their ship and they blow up and die. I'm like, this fucking Disney movie's awesome.
Jeff's favorite.
And there's just funny jokes. Like there's one part where what's his name? Cookie, I think is the cook. He's voiced by Ernest, and he's sleeping and talking in his sleep, and he's just like, the redhead's got a gun. And like they would never put this in a Disney movie nowadays. Characters are like drinking, smoking.
He's voiced by Ernest.
He is
Jim
great.
Varney.
He's awesome.
Ernest.
He even says like at one point he makes a Jefferson Davis joke. Like they would never do that now. And then it has that sweet Mike Mignola art.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did do the stuff on that.
It looks great. And I swear that the main Atlantean girl, Kira, they had to have been influenced by Michael Turner. Because like her facial structure kind of looks like a Michael Turner chick, but with like the Mignola twist on it, and her just overall general design. So it just feels very comic booky. It's awesome. And there's no like singing or anything throughout the movie. I don't think they have like a song until the very end of it.
Killed Jeff's family.
How'd you know?
Papa?
Ryan's
Song
back. He's
and
cooking.
dance killed him. Ryan's back. Well, I'm cooking. Oh, exactly what you just said.
Mhm.
I am adding some highlights to this guy. Shine, shine, shine.
Are you a Disney fan at all? Like, do you
Me?
like anime? Yeah, like, do you like the movies?
I enjoy some of it. My girlfriend's a nut for it. That's why I've been down there to the actual parks and shit.
Mhm. What's your favorite animated movie from Disney?
I don't know. That'd be tough. I really liked Tarzan when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
don't
know who did the
know.
voice of Tarzan?
I don't remember.
It was the bad guy from Ghost.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Lance Henriksen is in that as a gorilla.
We've talked about that bad dude from Ghost a bunch.
He's the spirit animal of the show.
Yeah.
Because he literally got death cursed.
That would be amazing.
All my favorite Disney films are the ones that bombed.
Yeah.
Like Black Cauldron. That was like the scariest animated Disney movie.
You're such a hipster.
Had zombies and demons in it. And swords.
Of
John
course.
Hurt voicing the Horned King. He sounded so fucking metal.
Of course you like it because it's got swords in it.
Yeah. Swords are awesome. Every movie is
You
improved. with swords.
predictable bitch.
And Robin Hood, one of my other favorites.
Robin Hood was a bomb?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was a bomb, but it wasn't successful in the way that the previous films had been.
That's like one of Beth's favorites, too.
Oh, it has great songs. Treasure Planet was another bomb. Love that one.
Yeah,
That one probably has like, some of the best animation in the last 20, 30 years for hand-drawn animation.
Treasure Planet kicked dick. That movie was awesome.
The only thing that sucked about it, though, was stupid Martin Short's character. And he's trying to be like the comic relief, but like the last half hour, he was just annoying. I wanted the pirates to shoot him. But everything else was really great. And Atlantis. Atlantis is the fucking best. So cool.
Tell us how you really feel.
I want to suck Atlantis dick.
Right. I added a bunch of white to this.
Ryan likes Aladdin. Great one. Because you're a racist. That's why you added white.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever. Run your narrative, Jeff. I'll kill you when I see you. Just not even loose threats. Nothing vague. Just blatant.
I will murder you with a knife.
I'll kill you with an audience.
Ryan likes Little Mermaid, Jungle Book, and 101 Dalmatians. And he also likes Black Cauldron.
101 Dalmatians has like some of the most insane background work ever. Aladdin kicks dick. Aladdin's probably another one. That's why I think it's so tough. Like, I feel like I came up in like the golden age of Disney stuff. Like, I was that perfect age for a lot of those movies.
I don't know if it's the golden age when they have Brother Bear in there.
Brother Bear was awesome.
Brother Bear fucking sucked.
I'm kidding.
It was the most boring movie I've ever seen.
Jungle Book was great though. Follow John Pomeroy on IG, Jeff.
John Pomeroy. Is this gonna be a series of dick pics?
Yeah. That's just Ryan's account where he shares dick pics. Hello, it's me, John Pomeroy.
John Pomeroy.
Here are some pics of my dick.
There's some stuff from Nim. That's cool. Nice.
Cracking all my knuckles.
Shit. There's Atlantis right there.
There's Atlantis right there. Because it's the best. What else is there?
It is the best.
Mulan.
Fucking awesome.
Mulan
has really cool animation, but I think the story kind of sucks.
What up, Ashen?
Like, I love the part with Mongolians coming down the snowy mountain. You know, that huge, like, horde coming down. It's awesome. Yeah. But the movie itself, I don't think is memorable beyond that.
Because you don't have a vagina, Jeff. That movie was super important to girls.
So you're thinking of
selfish,
the live action one.
Misogynist. Oh, where she's just like a super powered ninja?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even heard that one.
And is she actually a princess in Mulan?
Technically, I don't think so.
Yeah, because she's always included in Disney princesses, but I didn't think she was. I thought she was just like a little peasant who went and joined the army because her dad was going to be forced to fight.
The Disney princesses are never princesses. Always.
No, there's a bunch of princesses.
Pretty obscured. Rapunzel, not a princess right out of the gate. Just a bitch in a tower. Nothing special about her. Other than long hair, which is like...
Other than her super special hair.
She is better at being lazy than every other girl in medieval times. Congratulations.
But she better not dreadlock that shit.
Now she gets to fucking slam cheeks with the hottest dude in the land, I guess. I don't know how that works. Sexual attraction standards were all over the place back then, I guess. Can you imagine that, hanging out with your boys and they're just like, yo, I'm just looking for the girl with the longest hair. That's what I'm hot for. It's like, god damn, you see a bald chick, like they throw rocks at bald chicks, but we'll climb up a bitch's scalp into a tower and risk life and limb.
Oh, and you know she got like shit on it too. Like she probably had like dingleberries in her hair.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit would have like rats in it and stuff if Rapunzel were real. They show her in the movie like, oh, she just hangs out in the tower and brushes her hair all day and fucking does nothing. It's like, dude, do you know bitches? Like day 3 in that tower, she'd be doing insane shit. She'd be throwing bubble gum in her hair just to like spite herself. Like this should be nuts. She's just a Disney bitch. Eat rocks, Baldy. Yeah, that it's fucking wild. And then Snow White, is she royalty?
I don't know.
I thought she's just another bitch.
I
Like,
love this categorization. Princess or bitch?
Or, yeah, princess or just some bitch. Yeah, like Jasmine, she's like what, a sultan's daughter or some shit?
Yeah.
Is
She's
that even
legit.
considered a princess?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so princess confirmed. Pocahontas,
Yes. She was the chief's
daughter. Not really a princess though.
Well, the Indian tribe version.
Yeah, I guess the closest equivalent for a Native American tribe. But that's what I mean, is there these weird stretches of the word. Mulan, are her parents even like royalty or anything
No,
like
just
that?
like peasants.
That's what I thought. It's not like she's the emperor's daughter, even though the emperor's in it.
Aurora was a prince, I think. A princess.
That's Sleeping Beauty,
She's a
right?
trans prince. Yeah.
Well, you're telling me I kissed a chick with a boob? Roll credits.
They're like, did you kiss her? He's like, no, she's still sleeping.
Oh my god. Dude, all we need is the original footage of the prince kissing her now, and then I just need a Photoshop in the princess getting a boner. Like the dress lifting up, and that's just perfect animation clip. No, they are commoners, but her old man is a war hero. Okay.
I love that Colin is also an expert on all things Disney.
Yeah, Colin is just fucking fantastic. I think he might just be a Terminator who was sent back and like his like violence and murder drive was damaged. He's sent back in time with just like all the knowledge of the universe, and
I will work at the Disney store.
Yeah, doesn't remember who he's supposed to smash to death. Rape Alpatine isn't a princess either. Yeah, that's right. She's just a nobody.
That story is so stupid too. Like, so the emperor's kids just like disappeared, and he didn't, like, of all people that the emperor wouldn't keep his eye on, it'd be his own kid.
No, it makes sense that he'd be a delinquent father. He's a piece of shit.
No, he's an over controlling piece of shit though. If he wants supreme power, he'd be like, get to your room. You cannot leave.
Not a Terminator with a damaged violence drive, just a dude who loves collecting shit. I get that. Man, I'm trying to... why can't I think of other Disney princesses? Was Anastasia Disney?
No, that was Bluth.
Really?
Yeah.
That wasn't a Disney movie.
Mm-mm. A lot of people get confused about that one, but no. You're Googling it right now, aren't you?
I have to.
He's like, I don't believe you.
It's like, what? Is that why it was so dark and intense? Was it just Bluth trying to do a Disney movie?
Yeah, that really was like his most Disney-ish.
Oh, it was a Fox movie. Yeah, that was when they were trying to compete with Disney.
Oh, shit. And Colin just pointed out, Disney now owns the company. So they
bought Fox, but they're not technically making her a Disney princess, they said.
That'd be dumb if they did that. I mean, they already did it with the Marvel, where they call like the great, was a Disney creator, Jack Kirby. Remember when they did that like a couple months ago?
We like to dance on his grave. Ariel was technically a princess of a bullshit. Rapunzel, don't remember being a princess. Belle, just a random bitch.
Well, the princess.
What?
In the movie, Entangled, she is. I don't know about in the original story, but
Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's stolen away from her royalty parents when she's a baby. Isn't it like her like aunt or something that like hides her away in the tower?
In the movie, it's just like an evil witch that kidnaps her. She's not like related to her or anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be it. Yeah, Belle's just a regular bitch, right?
Yeah. She goes there for, wasn't it like to get her dad back or something? Like he went missing and she tracked him down.
Yeah, her fat idiot dad.
Yeah.
Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. Don't remember anything about it, but I don't think she was a princess at the start either. I think she's like a peasant girl.
She wants to be like a chef or something.
Merida?
Oh, she was a princess, but that's more Pixar. Brave's awesome. I love Brave.
She's a Disney princess. She's under the list of Disney princesses.
I know, but it's like, come on. She's Pixar.
Cinderella is the one we were forgetting.
Mm.
Which not royalty, right? Or is she another like secret royalty stolen away and living with the stepmother?
Cinderella?
Yeah.
No, I don't think she was royalty.
Because isn't she living with the shitty stepmom and the three stepsisters?
Yeah, I don't think she's royalty in any way. Oh, look, Colin knows all this. Belle marries a prince, which makes her a princess by marriage.
Yeah, by the end of it, they're princesses.
Yeah.
But that's some whack shit. Is there like a weird thing with like feminism chicks where it's like they won't recognize the princesses by marriage, like I just said? Because that'd be hilarious. Did we just stumble into this?
Yeah, it's royalty appropriation.
Yeah, like they'll only recognize like Mulan.
Oh, Ryan's having a stroke. Asajj Ventress. I know. It's from Star Wars. Whatever.
Made up ass characters.
Funny. Ryan's trying to type help me.
Yeah, Cinderella's just another one who marries Prince Charming. That's what I thought. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's left with her stepmother and her shitty stepsisters because her father abruptly dies.
Yeah, Cinderella.
Yeah. I can't remember if in the Disney one her dad actually dies, but it's like a weird, like violent death in the original like fairy tale, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you ever see her dad in the original one. I think it just starts with her already.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we stumbled into something like that. I always like the animation in Pocahontas as well. I feel like Pocahontas was fucking really well done.
Mm-hmm.
The music in that one too. If you have to listen to one that's like really musical, that was one of the better ones. Same thing. I think that's why I like Tarzan. So isn't Tarzan like all Phil Collins or some shit?
Yeah, only his music's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what did you think I meant?
I didn't know if you thought like
Phil Collins did all of the logo design for it.
No, I think you might have thought like Phil Collins did all the singing for Tarzan singing parts, but there was no Tarzan singing.
Yeah, no. I remember that was like one of the ones where I'm pretty sure he was like the lead like music director on all of that.
Yeah. I still don't know what he's saying in that. It always sounds like Salamander Man.
I don't. That's the thing. I remember loving that soundtrack as a little kid, and I think it's purely because it's like almost gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little kid, and I was like, "Yep, this process is in my brain. This sounds like things."
Salamander Man.
Salamander Man.
Tarzan's just like licking like flies and his eyeball and stuff.
Damn, no, I'm like, I am probably gonna get rip roaring and watch Tarzan tonight because I'm an idiot. Phil Collins did all the mocap. Son of man.
Yeah, he Frank Rosetted it. You know, like he was there doing everything on set. Son of a man. I like Salamander Man better.
Salamander Man.
I want to see Tarzan licking flies off of trees and weirding everybody out.
Kissing.
With a really bad skin condition.
I want to
countless,
see
guess, salamander
Tarzan kissing everybody.
with his tongue.
That was a weirdly sexual movie too. That doesn't that open with him like huffing on Jane's feet?
Humping a gorilla,
Oh yeah.
losing his virginity.
Yeah, that's the montage. Him losing his virginity to a gorilla.
It's the Rosie O'Donnell one.
Oh my god.
He's like, oh, you're the best. Whew. Oh,
Look at that. Into a top loader. Magic.
that's what they called Tarzan too.
All done. I guess I can leave that right there. The lighting in here is so shitty. I need to fix that. Get like a diffuser or something. I think we're gonna call it though. I've been going for 3 hours. It's 2:40 in the morning.
Yep.
I gotta get some more work done, a little bit of writing and stuff. I'm thinking if Jeff's not a complete bitch, maybe he'll join me, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a midday stream. I guess later today now. Probably rough out some more sketch cards.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
But yeah, who knows with this guy? No. It's all good. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, guys. Thank you for everybody who stopped in, for everybody who is going to watch this later. Thank you. Go
Thank
check
you,
out.
Colin, for your Disney knowledge.
Yeah, right. Your mother's a top loader. Thank you, Colin, as always. Thank you, everybody in chat. It's been awesome. Tonight was absolutely crazy. Chat provides, as always. Go check out Hammerella on Indiegogo and WireHead. Back the both of them if you haven't already. Back them again if you want to. Get yourself a shirt. Get yourself multiple copies. Surprise a friend. Christmas is coming up. Just back them. Let's get those books funded. And we'll be back later today with another stream. More dicking around and some more art. But thanks again, guys, and we'll see you later.
Salamander, man.